Don't know about you, but I can only live my life one way. All I wanna do every day is I just wanna smoke, drink, and love my girl to some reggae. I call her on the phone, tell her I'm coming up, so get ready. I got some weed and a bottle of booze. All I wanna do is smoke, drink, and love my girl to some reggae.
Omg in the morning.
Hey, yes. It's Omg in the morning. So good morning to you and yours. Good morning. You know. Oh my goodness. Watch a weekend, fellas and ladies and kids, boys and girls. Where's the kid? And gentle people. Wherever you are coming from, if you're making your way out of the Grenadines, because you know some persons they're still making their way out of the Grenadines, those folks who went to Easterval, down there in Union, those who went over to Beckway, Canawan, and those who enjoy themselves on the mainland, you know, I see my friend Angela, morning Michelle and morning Winston. Already they're logging in. And folks, remember we are live on Facebook. In a short time from now, we have Councillor Jomo Thomas coming up. But in the meantime, yes, we have Millennium Kid in the house. And I see Winston say, good morning, Fernando, Millennium Kid, large up. Easy. You know. But as I was saying, the activities, you know, were all over. You know, for those who went in the Grenadines and had a great time, that is great. That is awesome. And that is good for the tourism, you know, local tourism. And then those folks who come in from overseas as well. I see a number of persons, as I said. Angela, I see Max Walker, those persons who would usually call in. Good morning, Shema. Good morning, sir. But altogether, it was a weekend. I see Oria had stuff there too. Oria had, is it Oria with Sheep Pendy again? Oria Sunday?
Oria, I don't believe.
Yeah.
I think they had,
They had party up there. On my end in North Leeward there, you know, I see there was a boat ride. You know, there was a boat ride down there. And there was an activity to lift the spirit of the North Leeward people. Put on the kids in North Leeward. It was an activity put on by I'll check her name, but it was a very, very decent activity, man.
I remember.
Oh, sorry. I think please call back. It's okay. Yeah,
I was gonna say, remember my uncle had the Culture Fest. A few weeks back.
Yes, yeah. I missed that. I didn't even realize that.
Get to go either.
Oh, jeez. Hey, caller, welcome to OMG.
Good morning, my brother. How are you?
Yes, good morning, first caller.
Yes, well, I always say first caller because I want to get back to my dog and I want to finish because the commitment will continue until she would come. But I just want to thank you again for doing more assessment. I send it to your station. I want you to understand the role you play. Not just a few handful of people on Facebook, but thousands of people flooding the radio station, even in the United States and UK. And I could want to give you an assurance that people in the politicians are paying attention to your radio station. This is how me ain't making it up here. You know what I'm saying? And I want to say to you, continue to tell Mr. Weeks, the other people with Jomo Thomas and Mr. Richard, Pastor Richard, to continue. Understand that people are listening. God is listening. And so if we twist the truth, they're going to be confused. I just want to say two quick things and come on. One, it's not as sweet as you might think. What I want to say, 90-something% of the population, including businesses, are struggling, even to pay the workers. And so when you see weekend come, God, Gonzab and Friday, and I love that, because what is happening is that people are literally now taking their mind off the reality that they don't have money, they can't pay their bills, they're going to lose their home. We have a very technical hurricane season coming up. And why are we blowing our monies when right now food alone in the supermarket has gone out? And so people are literally alcohol, nice time party. And then when Monday and Tuesday come, they can't pay their light bill and their water bill. And many of them right now, children can't even put in danger because they have to literally go now and share water by a house. Do you understand the gravity of what is happening in our country, and why is it that people are having party and night time and burning up skyrocket? And my brother, it must stop. We want a vibrant. Hold on.
How was your Easter? Did you
My
party?
My Easter is basically hinged on the little money I could get from NS, the little money that my wife makes, and what my daughter, my children could help me. So that my daughter would say, well, hey, daddy, why you eat a little piece of mackerel? I know you don't have the resources to, so she said a little change for me, I buy a little mackerel. And, it's extremely expensive, some 13, 14, and we got that. I do a little cross buns, and we do a little thing, and we got something to eat. But there's a consequences for when you spend money for food. What is right now? My boy, I will give away a little $100, $50 here from a little piece of me back. But we did follow the tradition. We did have honor Almighty God. We did reflect on the death of Jesus Christ and the resurrection. We're loving, we're caring, we're honest.
Nice.
But I'm saying a lot of people wasn't lucky to get mackerel.
Yeah.
But you know what? We're here in the God circus, they gone. Really? Yeah. One last thing, I know that there's a court decision coming out. You would have seen it in the newspaper where this policewoman was at the barracks, and I want you to let me discuss it. Let me discuss it with Mr. Commissioner and Mr. Gomtab, because I'm telling you, she ain't going to be no fall guy. How could you tell me that you have Treasury telling the commissioner, the police, that a young lady stealing money for a very long time, and you allow her to continue, and you want to come and tell me she go in jail for how much? Really? And Commissioner and Mr. Gomtab ain't going to answer? It can't end so, Mr. Valentine. And you all need to tell the judge the reality of what is happening. And I'm saying it for me, this is what has happened in Jesco, happened in all the institutions where people are allowed to steal it when the time comes. The big man and them will.
Okay, I understand where you're coming from, Hamo.
My brother, God bless you all for what you all are doing. Encourage these people to tell truth. Don't make them mix up.
Right.
We are suffering real serious in this country, my brother.
Right.
Let people call in and tell you whether they can pay the light bill and water bill.
Well, call in and tell me. Okay, Dave.
Love you, my brother.
Yes.
God, have yourself a safe week.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Right, okay.
All you calling and tell me how was the weekend, and if all you spend all the last money. all you calling and tell me what is happening there on the ground. In the meantime, I want to big up them folks as usual on the live, and for those who are listening from their shops, wherever you are in a van, kid, where they be? They be all about in the mountain, all over. In the diaspora.
And those people in the market too. Boy.
In the market.
Yeah, big up the market people.
The
all the vendors.
Big up the vendors them.
All the push cat, man.
Yes.
Big up everybody.
Big them up.
Yeah, morning.
Big up Alicia, big up yourself. I see Velda in the house. Winston Doug. Good morning. Good morning, Sir Preston already live. Good morning, Fernando and DJ. Millennium Kid is here holding it down for DJ Shady today. And I'm holding it down for the bad man of radio, and as you know, a few minutes from now we have the council coming up. I see Highly Favor. I was asking for you the other day. I don't know what is happening. Sometime you're in, sometime you're out. But let's see Angela. I have a few photos with Angela. I need to send them for you. I don't know. I don't think she might be on today because she could be busy with, and she was partying so hard. Angela, if you're on the live, let me know. Lavon, good morning. Morning, Lavon. Morning to my Grenadines folks, those in Canawan and all over. Lavon, how was Easter in Canawan? Call in and tell me now. We love to hear your voice. We love Sachin from Guyana, boy. I can't. Them people say I just big up all my Facebook folks them too much, You must pay attention to the other side. So I see Godfrey there. Godfrey, good morning, sir. And my partner that I say. Good day, Mr. Boom. The man just left the voice though. He always does make some nice contribution. Shama said one time I would agree with Hamo. Is partying and consuming alcohol the meaning behind Easter? Yes. Okay. Let me check the line. I'm going to check. Yeah, that one. Go ahead. I think she was speaking about the consumption of alcohol and so forth, and that's also a discussion that folks are having.
Yeah, but it's not just Easter alone. Everybody consume alcohol and party even on their birthdays.
Yes, but remember, Easter now is a special time.
Yeah.
Good morning. Good morning. Hey,
how are you?
I'm all right, my friend. Greetings.
Greetings to you. This man, you come to me on this early in the morning these days. You know, I prefer to be in the Facebook section.
I know, absolutely. I want. Go ahead. You go ahead.
You were asking about Easter and Canon One.
Yes, definitely.
You know, I was on the mainland. Yeah, I want in. So that Israel Group had a boat ride on Sunday, and MP Fitz Bramble, he had a beach flash on Monday. And so sometimes, you know, the NDP family, we have to come together. More than just politics, we have to bring the community together and have people, you know, get a good time. I mean, this is a difficult way to be living in, right? So whichever way you could get a little bit of relaxation, fun, and exhilaration, you take it, right?
Absolutely.
And as a community, I mean, you know, we come together for political rallies and stuff, but every now and again, you have to come together to have fun with each other and, you know, maintain that spirit of camaraderie amongst ourselves. So I opted to stay on the mainland to be a part of that.
Right.
However, Eastern Canon is really quiet. Most people are in the farther in the southern Grenadines in Union Island. You take a speedboat and you go over, which is one of the things I miss so much, the excitement, that cultural, traditional way of, you know, just jumping on a boat and going over to Union, Nairo, Beckway. But typically people go to Beckway or Union Island for Easter Park. Canon One is usually, if you want to go to relax Easter, not to, you know, participate in the usual activities.
Awesome.
Where were you?
Man, I was in North Leeward. They had an activity for kids.
Oh, I saw you there. Yes, I saw you.
I took down my soccer team down there, you know, and then later on we went fishing. So
you're in North Leeward, man, aren't you?
Yeah.
North Leeward means good men standing. Alright. And women.
Yes.
Just in case that goes the wrong way.
But I'm more based in South Leeward. But, you know, oftentimes I go down to North Leeward down there. But it was really a real good initiative. I think the Bank of SVG sponsored the event, and I think Swift, is it Swift Park?
Yeah.
Yes, the organizer said that they were so helpful, and the kids came out. There was a lot of kids who came out. They were actually having it for the second time. It's really to lift the spirit of those kids who, you know, went through the trauma of the volcanic eruption and thing, and it was really, really something.
And, you know, as we talk about this volcanic eruption, one of the things that really gets my spirits, and one of the things that, do you know, Canville, that there's still those tanks, those black tanks, still sitting in Otley Hall?
I saw.
I was told by someone who lives in that area that some of them start to bust open and stuff, you know. And
you mean the water tanks?
Yeah, the water tanks.
Wow.
It breaks my heart. I mean, I'm from the Grenadines, and if you know what dry weather is like down there, what one tank would mean for a family.
Yes.
Like, if you only know what one tank would mean for a family,
I know.
I don't even know if I could articulate it in words, the world of a difference that one black tank would make to a family in the Grenadines.
Yeah.
Because when you see the dry weather hits, you know, man, it's not normal, you know.
No.
And I think that it is plain wicked to just have them sitting there. And if it's true based on what somebody from over there told me, that they're now bursting apart and so forth, I mean, come on, man.
Yeah, that is something that we have to look into
Come
for
on,
real.
man. I'm sure
That'd
that
be crazy.
there are farmers in different areas who could use one of them.
Yes.
Unless, of course, they're being safe to use as political machinery for bribes during an election time. Because, I mean, it can't be more expensive to store them than it is to distribute them.
Right.
Right.
Exactly. And if they're not in the right condition, then you say, as you mentioned, they would perish, and that would be quite unfortunate. I mean, it's 2 years since, right?
Yeah.
So I think them tanks should already be disseminated for real.
I don't know what else to call it more than just simple evil and don't care, because that's what you're demonstrating if you're allowing them to just, you know. And if they need help with coming up with names of people who would need a tank, just tell me. I'll be happy to help with something like that.
I'm sure.
We don't know, because as they are hands off from the Grenadines, we don't know who may need assistance. Fine.
Yeah.
Reach out to one of us who know about down there. Reach out to the MP as well. I'm sure he'd be happy to help.
Yeah.
Can you give us the names of 15 people from the Grenadines who would appreciate a water tank?
Right.
It won't even take us 15 minutes to give you the 15 names.
And 15 tanks in Grenadines there could do a lot.
Man.
You rightfully mentioned.
But we'll see. Maybe it's something you can find out about why it's not being distributed, for which purpose it's being held. And if the purpose can be fulfilled at the detriment of the expense that the tanks are being, they're destroyed because of the exposure to the natural.
Yeah, because of the exposure, indeed.
You know, what's the point?
So I'll check it out, because I remember that these tanks were supposed to be even given out to some institutions, including farmers as well, and so forth. So I don't know what is the hold up, but if there is, as you mentioned, these things are now being
someone told me that they're busting open.
Right.
You know.
That's
But when you hear about it, because I'll be happy to hear, exactly what's going on with it. And even if you have a program that you say you've earmarked with, it can't take that long to roll out. It's been 2 years, and 2 years is too long.
2 years is too long.
You know, and if they're sitting there for 2 years and they're starting to self-destruct, then whatever program you have, it's taking too long. As it is with most things with this government, but that's a conversation to get into.
No, thank you very much for sharing that. I see some comments coming in, so I appreciate you for that contribution.
No
okay?
Take care.
Yes. And Kiddo, that's an important point that she raised there. Because we have seen photos of these tanks, just these water tanks just sitting behind there. Sorry, caller, please call back. We have seen photos of those water tanks just sitting behind there,
just rest down
and just nothing really being done. So I mean, we can't be so, man. I mean, unless you have really an explanation that could justify all this. But where you're talking about items even being bossed up and now not being able to use, it's really unfortunate. So that
plus a whole bunch of other stuff that was thrown away.
Exactly,
you know what I mean?
exactly. And in times like this, we need them. I see Shama. Good morning, Shama. Said there wouldn't be a next time another disaster happen in Vinci. I am in most countries that contribute in one way or another already see what is taking place with those tanks. Okay, so she's saying it. Yeah, it's gonna be difficult if persons are seeing these things and want to know, what is being done with these donations. So that's a point. Someone said the PM waiting until the election to give them away. Another person said wickedness, that is what they were given to be distributed. So we're talking about these tanks as well, as Lavon mentioned that, and if we can get some answers there, I personally could go and find out what is happening.
Definitely.
But let me tell you what's going down, because we have council coming up. Let me tell you what's going down there at Woodsies. As you know, it's every Friday and Saturday. No, it's each and every Friday, each and every Friday. Woodsies is the place to be. The original karaoke king of Brooklyn, V DJ Hales Costello. Yes, That is the DJ there at Woodsy's Karaoke. And remember, you can find Woodsy's at 1133 Clarkson Avenue, Brooklyn, New York, 11212. Yes, that's Woodsy's Bar and Restaurant. Guys, remember KCCU, the roughest and toughest months are now behind us. It's finally time for us to unwind. Hey, explore the beautiful Grenadines, Caribbean islands. This Easter, you can get up to $5,000 with super low monthly payment and even lower interest rate. This Easter, explore, relax, play, and unwind with KCCU Limited. KCCU Limited. Terms and conditions apply. And let me tell you what's happening at Smart Text. Kiddo, we have Counselor backstage here. Line up Counselor, yeah, I think, yeah. Okay, guys, you can check out Smart Tech Electronics in the Baines building. Yes, that blue building between the bank of SVG and LG sales on the middle floor at Halifax Street. At Smart Tech, we have quality-powered speakers, guitars, and accessories, studio-powered monitors, professional mixers, professional amplifiers, car speakers, car stereos, drums, sets, pianos, wired and wireless microphones, sewing machines, solar panel, microwaves, and air fryer, and so much more. Remember, they also offer the services that install security cameras and motor gates. You can call them at 433-1502 to find out. Hey, remember that number is 433-1502. Let me see if Counselor is backstage.
Yeah, he's there.
All right, Counselor backstage. Yeah? All right. You ready for the Counselor job?
Yeah, already.
All right, let's go.
Plain talk. Plain talk with Jumo Thomas.
So much things to say right now.
All you talk now.
On OMG.
Yeah? Need some music. Eh? Counselor, can you hear me? Hello? What is that indicator?
I can hear you.
Okay, now I'm hearing you, kiddo. Check it. Yeah. Hold on, Counselor. Let's get it. Good? No, yeah. All right, Counselor. Sorry about that.
Good morning.
Difficult.
Well,
we're good.
It's a long weekend. I guess there's hangover and some parts of the process. I guess you guys had a nice going out and doing all of the good things that Easter called for. It's springtime, and there's blood, there's everything else. So, but I'm glad we make it this far. I want to talk this morning a little about the law. I want to talk about, and in talking about the law, I want to give a special welcome to former magistrate, now Justice Ricky Bonnet. Justice Bonnet had an excellent career in the public service. He was a deputy registrar for many years. Then he became the chief magistrate in Kingston and served with distinction for a number of years. He was a master for some time in the Eastern Caribbean Supreme Court, and eventually he was elevated and is now a justice of the court here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. I want to congratulate him on his progress and his advancement in serving not only the people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, but also in serving justice in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. He is stationed here, so he would be quite comfortable with driving home to his family, as opposed to some justices who are stationed in some post and they're here, the family, wife and children, or the wife is there. I mean, I have a colleague in Grenada whose wife is now stationed. She was made a justice and she's stationed in BVI, and he's continuing to do good work in Grenada. So fortunately for Justice Bonnet, he does not have the difficulty of having to to be in one island and his family in another. So, congratulations to him. I'm sure he's going to do really good work, and I look forward to practicing before him. I did many times in the magistrate court, and I look forward again to practicing before him. With the advent of Justice Burnett, we had the departure of Justice Angelica Tilak Singh. And I, for one, was quite saddened by the departure of Justice Tilak Singh. Justice Tilak Singh was rotated out of St. Vincent. She now serves in the BVI. And to a large extent, I would say her loss to St. Vincent is BVI's gain, because she's an outstanding jurist. She is, and the thing that I liked, must have done 3 or 4 trials before her. The thing I liked about her most is that she had a tremendous appreciation for human dignity. She dealt with all who came before her, Crown Counsel, Defense Counsel, and most importantly, accused persons, with tremendous respect, almost deference. And I think that's the way it should be, because if there's one place an accused person should feel safe, that should be in a court of law. And I've gone to many courts, particularly here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, where that point is not appreciated. I've gone to courts where prisoners or criminal defendants are roughed up. They're treated as though, by virtue of the fact that they appear before a court, that they have lost all of their rights even before they are convicted. They want to go to the bathroom, and they are lectured before they're allowed to go to the bathroom. I've been in courts where a young man is crutching on is holding on to his groin because he doesn't want, and he had to take a lecture from a judge before he can be allowed to go to the bathroom. But Justice Tilak Singh was the very opposite of that. She really, really brought a human touch to the law. More than any other judge, since I have been practicing here in St. Vincent, beginning in 2007, more than any other judge, Justice Tilak Singh has gone out of her way to ensure that criminal defendants, particularly those who are charged with very, very serious crime, get access to lawyers. Sometimes she would ask around for lawyers to assist this or that criminal defendant, even if it means to read the indictment and to give them a feel as to what their chances are. She would give defendants time and more time to try to get family members or whoever to assist them with getting counsel, because she had an appreciation for the rule of law. And particularly here in St. Vincent, where we don't have a legal aid system. So many persons go before the court and they don't have attorneys. And Justice Tilak Singh was really, really great in helping people. The way she did her trials were really, really different in many respects. The only other persons I think came close, as I have seen, in terms of the way in which to do this trial, again, 2 other Trinidadian justices, Justice Rashid Passad and Justice Lachu. Those Trinidadian justices, to me, really, 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 and maybe it's because of the amount of litigation in Trinidad and the kind of standards that are set there. But Passad, Lachu, and only recently Justice Tilak Singh were big and assisting, ensuring that criminal defendants have a lawyer. And in addition to that, during the trial, the judge was very alert to the fact, Justice Tilak Singh, even more so than all of the others, were very alert to the fact that a particular question, which may be asked either by the defense or by the prosecution, may elicit an answer that may be highly prejudicial to the criminal defendant. And she would caution against that. I mean, that's a judge who is very alive and alert to real issues having to do with the rule of law, free and fair trial. And I really commend her. It was a sad day when I in March, I think, or February, late February, when I learned that she was leaving. It was really sad that she had to leave, or she had to leave so soon. I know that justices in the Eastern Supreme Court are rotated, so sometimes they're here, and the next time they're someplace else. But it's really unfortunate that she had to leave. But I'm sure that Justice Ricky Bonnet would come in, and he has some experience as in both in civil and criminal law in the magistrate court. And I'm sure that he would do stellar work as he has done in the civil service and in the as a magistrate. So all is not lost with the departure of Justice Tilak Singh, but I thought that it was critically important that I sing her praises because of what she did for justice in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. And hopefully, we not, you see, because part of the difficulty that I have, is that in many respects, justice and the way in which criminal trials are done, I've seen it here and I've seen it in the United States when I practiced there, both in the state and federal court. In many respects, some judges' approach to justice is almost in the same way that a conveyor belt in a production line is done. We put it up, we get it out of the way as quickly as possible, as smoothly as possible, without, I think, sufficient concern for rights of criminal defendants. And I think that I don't know that Justice Tilak Singh. In fact, I'm not so sure that the prosecution in St. Vincent liked very much Justice Tilak Singh. They probably thought that she took too long. Well, I've heard that criticism, that she took too long, that her trials were too long, that she was too detailed, that she was indecisive, that she did not move the system along. And particularly, she was brought in to deal with the backlog in criminal defense cases. And some may say that she didn't really deal with the backlog. Well, she may not have dealt with the backlog, but what she did do significantly in my mind is to ensure that justice is done. And in British jurisprudence, it is said that it is not justice must not only be done, justice must appear to have been done. And I think that when you go to Justice Tilak Singh's court, or when you listen to her deliver a sentence, or when you listen to her doing the kind of necessary preliminary work to ensure that everything that needs to be said is included in a closing a summation of the trial. I think that that said a lot for her. And I just wanted to say that, and with the hope that that well, the people in BVI would certainly they have certainly inherited an outstanding justice. And as I said, I'm sorry that she's leaving, but I'm elated that the son of the soil, Justice Ricky Burnett, would be taking her place. And I know that he has all that it takes. He has the experience, he has the intellect, he has the very quiet, reserved temper that I think would help for him to have an excellent career as a high court judge. And I am just hoping that all goes well in that transition with the moving out of Justice Silk Singh and the emergence of Justice Ricky Burnett. That's my take for this morning, Fernando.
All right, Counselor, thank you. Thank you very much. Very, very important, and I just want to join with you in congratulating Mr. Bennett, um, um, and also your praise for the outgoing justice and her contribution to the justice system here. Counselor, I have a number of questions I want to ask you both from our viewers and also from me myself, and one is pertaining to um, convicted murderer Veron Primus, who has now been granted a leave to appeal his conviction and sentencing. And I could just ask you a bit about that if possible when we return. Okay, so we're just gonna take the top of the
Sure,
hour.
sure,
All right,
sure.
let's go. Okay.
Boom 1069 is trending. Blazing on the air at 1069 FM.
What does this button do? Lord, have mercy.
On your phone or device at tunein.com or on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook at Boom SVG 1069.
Trees again on the kiss again. Yeah, yeah. Turn me up loud, allow them to hear me. Say you don't like me, but you're watching me. Say you don't like me, but you're watching me. Ooh, watch this, drink in the hand. Watch this, I'm wearing the latest brand. Watch this, I live in the life that I want. Watch this, don't like that, tell your mother come. Watch this, there's plenty haters around, but we don't see them. I mean we see them, but we don't free them. Listen better likes and plenty views. Don't know the facts, but carry plenty news. Tell them walk a mile in my shoes, that yet they refuse. Good current flow and be shining bright, none of them can pull the fuse. When things was rough, things was tough, they never ask me how we hold up. When things done, when things new, they know business how we punch through. But now everything up brighter, everything up brighter. Standards up, price gone up. That's what that, what the. Say you don't like me, but you're watching me. Only watching me. Say you don't like me, but you're watching me. Only watching me. Ooh, watch this, drink in the hand. Watch this, I'm wearing the latest brand. Watch this, I live in the life that I want. Watch this, don't like that, tell your mother come. Watch this, there's plenty haters around, but we don't see them. I mean we see them, but we don't free them.
OMG in the morning. Morning.
Hey. You're locking it down with OMG Kiddo in the studio, Millennium Kid, Fernando, and Counselor on the live. Counselor, you hearing me loud and clear?
Yes, sir. I'm hearing you.
Okay. Counselor, based on your knowledge of this Veron Primus case and development, we know that Primus was convicted and sentenced to 34 years in prison for the murder of Charlene Graves. However, new information coming to light is saying that the Eastern Caribbean Supreme Court has approved an application by convicted murderer Veron Primus for leave to appeal his conviction and sentence. Counselor, for those who don't know in these legal terms, what does it means when they say the courts give him a leave of appeal to appeal his conviction and sentence, and also what could possibly be the reason behind this, the approval?
Well, for one thing, I'm not so sure what it means to give him leave to appeal. He has a right of appeal.
Mm-hmm.
So once he's convicted, anyone who is convicted can appeal because you have an appeal as a right. So when you may recall, when Veron Primus was sentenced, his attorney, Mr. Michael Wiley, said that he will appeal,
Yes.
and he has filed. I've seen the notice of appeal, and it's going to be an interesting thing to watch how the court deals with the grounds that Mr. Wiley is raising as grounds of appeal. When one has a right of appeal, though,
Yes.
it does not mean, yes, you have a right to appeal, but it does not mean that your grounds are very strong. So you may appeal a decision, but the court may make light work of your appeal. And many times you go to the court of appeal, and I like to sit in. So, like for example, when the court of appeal is here, I try not to have any conflicts. I can sit and listen to them, all of the cases, even though I'm not involved in it, because I find it to be a very learning experience. I have sat in the court of appeal and got information for which next term I was able to win appeal cases, because it's that kind of school when you listen to the judges, very high quality judges. So you can appeal, but it does not mean that you have strong grounds. So sometimes the court comes for a week and you will listen. They would come back in July. I think the week of July 24th, they'll be back. And you would hear a criminal appellant say, I am withdrawing my appeal. I am no longer pursuing my appeal.
Right.
One or two justices on the court may say, well, that's a very good decision because I don't think that your grounds of appeal were very strong. And the other thing that you need to know, or listeners need to know, is that where you appeal a sentence, for example, the Court of Appeal has the authority to either squash your conviction, to uphold your conviction,
Right.
and if the conviction is upheld, then the Court of Appeal can increase your sentence, or it can decrease your sentence. So it can vary up or down your sentence.
Yeah.
Or if the court finds that the conviction was unfair or unsafe, they can squash it. So Mr. Primus is exercising his right to appeal. Like I said, I have seen the grounds.
But could you tell us on what grounds they're appealing?
I can't recall them now. There are a number of grounds, at least about 10 grounds of appeal. I've seen the grounds. I think it would make for interesting hearing before the court.
Yeah.
But I can't recall the grounds now.
Well, go ahead. Sorry.
I think they're going to argue, if my memory is something right, that the broad ground of appeal is that the conviction was unsafe or unsatisfactory, or it may point to a number of errors which the defense counsel thinks that the trial judge made. Because most of the time, the appeal succeed on what are perceived to be errors made by a judge.
Right.
So, for example, suppose a number of persons were involved in a crime, and one of them turned state witness. It is the judge's responsibility to say to the court, to say to the jury, look, this man you are hearing here, Jomo Thomas, He, as far as the evidence indicate, was part of the criminal enterprise. And he is now giving evidence for the state. So he may have an interest in testifying against the others. He may think that if he testifies, the sentence against him may not be as harsh, or he may get credit for cooperating with the state, or the state may have dropped the charges against him completely, and therefore he has an interest to defend. If the judge does not adequately say that to the jury, in other words, let the jury understand and understand clearly that the evidence which it heard from Jomo Thomas may well be tainted evidence, may well be evidence of Jomo Thomas who's looking for an advantage. The court may find, and if that evidence is crucial in the conviction of the accused, the Court of Appeal may overturn the conviction on the ground that it was unsafe. So that's just one example.
Right. I see someone asking here, could they say that there should be a new trial for Veron Primus?
Yes, they can. So, for example, if two things can happen, a court can squash a conviction and allow for a new trial, or it can squash a conviction and based on a host of reasons, maybe the length of the time since the incident, the amount of time that the defendant might have served, the fact that the witnesses may not be available anymore, it may squash the conviction and say, look, the accused person should walk free. But yes, there can be a new trial. And oftentimes, the court, even after it squashes a conviction as unfair and unsatisfactory, it may allow the prosecutor to try the person for a second and sometimes even a third time. Yeah. I mean, I have a client who was convicted. He appealed, and the appeal was overturned.
Yes.
He was tried again and convicted. He appealed, and the appeal was the conviction was overturned, and he's now awaiting trial.
Yes.
For a third time. Well, this is a man who he has already served 18 years in prison.
Yeah.
So on the conviction which he's serving, he may be within months of being released. Because if he had good behavior, and in prison you end up doing an 8-month year.
That is, I think before
18, 19 years.
Caller, please call back. Go ahead, counsel.
18, 19 years, he's now about time to be released, but he's still awaiting the transcript so that he could appeal.
Wow.
Again.
But counsel, I mean, and you could understand because the eyes of the nation was on this case. Caller, welcome to OMG.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning.
This opportunity to see if I can get in a question here with our learned Jomo Thomas, right? Now, in terms of, I love what he had to say about this Trinidadian judge. And maybe he's the only person who saw her in that light. But I'm happy that he took it upon his own to sing praises about her work here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines and the kind of person she is. I don't hear that very often. But the question is, or questions, how much influence does a prime minister have on the judiciary, especially when it comes to, I will never forget the Monica Julia story some years ago. But how much influence can a prime minister, or does he, or she have, whoever the prime minister is, have any great influence on making those judges? That's one. And what is the function of our legal bar association? in relation to, what should I call it? Anything, any miscalculation or misinterpretation of any judgment or anything to do.
Well, the bar has nothing to do with a misinterpretation of a judgment. The bar the bar is there to represent lawyers with that they can make representation to the bench. So they're supposed to be bench bar meetings and so on. But the truth of the matter is that we don't have a bar in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. The bar is non-functional. It has not met in years.
Wow.
And really, there's need for a bar. I mean, if you take the Bar Association in St. Vincent said nothing about a whole host of issues that have gone down in recent times. So there's not about. This is not to say the bar has been very activist over the years. I mean, I know the bar in Trinidad is very strong and powerful. The bar in Jamaica is very strong and powerful. The bar in Grenada is strong. Those are the three that I know have really done exceptional work. Taking matters to the court and so on. Not so with the bar in St. Vincent. The first question you asked was what again?
Whether or not the Prime Minister have
right, whether the Prime Minister. No, I think that I honestly believe that issue is overdrawn in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Well, maybe not only in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, across the region. If a Prime Minister can get the ear of a judge, he will try, as he would try to get your ear or my ear. But most judges, and I dare say probably all judges, would try to insulate themselves from that kind of influence. So judges have tenure. So Monica Joseph, I think at the time when Mitchell them got rid of her, was on contract because she had retired and then came back. So when that contract finished, they got rid of her. But the court, a Prime Minister can't get rid of Justice Cottle, for example, or get rid of Justice Henry, or Justice Stevenson, or now Justice Burnett. They can't.
One part in question I have. I want to list you off here. One part in question. You see, you touch on certain things there that's why I raised the question. And we all, when I got it correctly, I like you to, why did Roger Gaspard out of TNT, I think he's still the Director of Public Prosecution. I remember when he left here, politicians of the day got, made certain statements.
Yes, there was an issue with DPP Gaspard. Again,
okay, Dave, you can listen offline, Dave.
Those were the early years of the ULP administration, and I don't know. Although the DPP's position is a constitutional position, I can't recall, because Gaspard was from Trinidad. Gaspard might have come in on contract because different people want to protect themselves in terms of being able to negotiate terms and conditions of work. May come in on contract. And once his contract ended, the government, the Unity Labour Party government, might have wanted to get rid of Gaspard. One of the reasons why they wanted to get rid of Gaspard is that Gaspard had demonstrated a very strong independent streak. You may recall when the same kind of foolishness you hear now, where the Prime Minister or the Commissioner of Police may say a given matter may go to a coroner's inquest. No. And DPP Gaspard at the time, I think it was the incident, the shooting death in the prison of, I can't remember the gentleman's name, but at the time, Commissioner Superintendent Rodriguez was there. Mm-hmm. And the political elite thought that this should have gone the way of a coroner's inquest. And DPP Gaspard said, well, you all could have a coroner's inquest if you want to have a coroner's inquest, but I know that this person would be indicted and tried. Mm-hmm. and the superintendent of prison was actually indicted for murder and tried. But if my memory serves me well, he was found not guilty. So, but if you come in on contract at the end of the contract, if the government is not pleased with your performance,
Yes.
or if some, and it does not have to do pleased in terms of competence. It may be that you're too competent, you're too independent. They would let you go. But with the judges, the example I give, the current judges, Cottle, Burnett, Henry, Stevenson, they have tenure. They can't just push them around. But judges, like everybody else, are human beings. They have their own class background, their religious background, their social connections. Some judges, for example, are said not to entertain any kind of invitation on anything from the government. So you would never see them at a reception or anything else. Others may go to a government reception, in which case they may get a chance to speak to or talk to a politician. But if you're insulated, as I think justices should, then it's very difficult to have that kind of influence.
Well, Councillor,
I don't think that our judges are influenced in any way.
I'm glad you mentioned that issue. That issue, because there was an issue that someone highlighted where the Attorney General, the new Attorney General, was seen at a political meeting recently. And someone was asking whether or not that is right. Should that happen, or is it something wrong about that? What are your thoughts on that? Because
Well, the Attorney General of St. Vincent and the Grenadines is the chief government advisor. He advises the government on the law. But the current Attorney General, Mr. Grenville Williams, has demonstrated political interest for a long time. And it is a safe bet to say that, barring anything untowards, Mr. Williams would emerge as the ULP's candidate in 2025 or whenever those elections are held. I mean, the word on the ground, I still pay a lot of attention to South Leeward, is that he's in the hustling, he has been making the wrongs in South Leeward. And then when the ULP had its event where they reformed the South Leeward Constituency Council, my information is that he was present. I don't know if he spoke, but he was present. It's a thin line. Because I remember when I was the speaker, I had made a public pronouncement which people in the party didn't like. I said, while I am Speaker of the House of Assembly, which is an independent position, I would not make an appearance on the ULP political platform.
No.
Many persons in the leadership and the supporters did not like that because they felt, oh, our party put he there and now he don't want to appear. But once I am put there, at least this is the way I think about it,
Right.
I am no longer representing the party
Right.
as speaker. I am representing the country. The speaker is an independent arbiter of what should take place in the house. So you don't take any side. So I remember many persons would always be, if I were to say, Prime Minister, sit down. Please, sit down, Prime Minister. Many people would be on radio saying, I can't believe he's telling the Prime Minister to sit down. You know. But that's the only way the house could have run properly.
Yes,
So I answer that to say that it depends on what you want to do. I can give one other example. When we were opening the Hope Bridge, which was built by the Ecuadorians,
yes.
I spoke, and the representative of the area, Nigel Stevenson, did not have an opportunity. And I remember publicly expressing a little leeriness that I would get to speak, and I was only the person who was intending to run. And the actual representative of the area was not allowed to run.
And that's
even if it means giving that person 5 minutes or 10 minutes, they should make a presence, because that doesn't take away from the fact that you are building the bridge. You are going to get the benefit for the bridge. So the mere appearance of the current representative on the platform to say thanks that this bridge is being built, and he or she is sure that the people would benefit greatly from the construction of a new bridge or a new hospital or whatever. I don't think that takes away from the governing party getting anything. But we are so partisan here.
Yeah, we are past it. We had a call online. Let me just see if the caller is still on. Caller, are you still here with us? Hello?
Yes, I'm still here.
Okay, just make it short, please.
Here.
We're running out of time. Thanks very much.
If my memory serves me right, the Gaspard, they didn't go to trial with the Superintendent Rodriguez. Although he was indicted and arrested, the charges were dropped. And Vincent Beach made some comment that the DPP was playing politics. And the DPP just, when the time up for his contract to be renewed, he just resigned. He didn't allow himself to the contract to be renewed. Cause he know they wouldn't have given him. He know it wouldn't have been extended.
Thanks,
so he just left. And he's the DPP in Trinidad right now.
Right. Gaspard is the DPP in Trinidad.
Thanks.
And he has been a DPP for a long time. Thank you. This caller is very, very reliable. Tremendous knowledge base. He's always on point. So he may be right that the matter was not he was indicted, but he wasn't tried, because his information is normally impeccable. So I'll take his word for it.
Yes. Well, Councillor, we are behind time because we're trying to, but we really.
I understand. In fact, I was going to tell you that this is a perfect time for me to say until we meet again.
But please, tomorrow if I'm on, I would like to engage you a bit more, because Parsons was asking who would pay for Veran Primus appeal and all that. But tomorrow, if possible.
If you want to ask that question tomorrow when I come on, I would be more than willing to answer.
Okay.
Until all the best.
Thanks very much, man. Thanks very much. Okay, folks, you heard it there from Councillor. A very enlightening and entertaining and interesting discussion based on the Veran Primus situation as well. Veran Primus will be appealing, has been given permission to appeal, and that might take some time again. The council is saying there's a possibility that Veran Primus could get off for whatever crimes that he would have been convicted for if he wins his appeal. All right, guys, so stay tuned. We have Mr. Weeks coming up, okay? But let me just jump out, pay some bills, then we come back with Mr. Weeks.
106.9.
Isn't it good to know that no matter where you are, you're covered by a company owned by Vincentians that understands your unique insurance needs? At Metrostate General Insurance Company, we've invested 50 years of service to guarantee that you have the peace of mind that you deserve. When it comes to motor vehicle, property, employer's liability, business insurance, and much more, we've got you covered. Our professional and friendly staff understands your needs and ensures you understand your options. Metrostate General Insurance Company. Call us today at 784-456-1821 or email us at metrostate@fintoserve.com.
Always wanted a motorcycle. Always wanted a motorcycle, but they've been too expensive. I pass in on my way to work, and then boom, I see courts of motorcycles outside. I'm excited. I get up one day, I go down, I spoke to this guy. I think his name was Sheena, this short, chubby little guy, I purchased 2 bikes so far. It was the 150 SL and the 250 Dragon. This blue, beautiful AKT TT Dragon. This is my baby. I call her Becky. She gives me the best ride ever. My name is Storyboy Nick, and I live to ride my AKT.
Yourself and other road users by keeping your attention on the road. Stay alive, avoid distractions like cell phones, and maintain a safe distance from other vehicles. Only overtake when it is absolutely safe to do so. And remember to be on the lookout for motorcyclists. The life you save today may be yours. Alert today, alive tomorrow.
Discover New Guinness Smooth. Perfectly balanced for a smooth, refreshing taste. New Guinness Smooth.
We got General Hardware for your household cement.
OMG in the morning. Time to connect with the most loved man on radio. Sir Lancelot is in the building.
Hey, yes. It's 8:30 a.m. already. And we are awaiting Mr. Weeks to make his contribution today. Yeah. Make sure we're on time. Yeah, all the time saying 8:30 a.m. So, kiddo, you could watch your dial. Keep your eye on the dial. In the meantime, let me tell the folks what is happening there, man. Let me tell you. Hey, it's all about TLC. At TLC Nursing Home, we are on a mission to top quality nursing care, support, comfort for you and the ones you love. Our competent and qualified staff takes time to get to know each resident, tailoring the care we provide to suit each individual person. Our residential care is for older people who are finding it increasingly difficult to manage at home without additional help and support. We also offer dementia and respite cares. We have spacious single, double, and triple rooms available at affordable and competitive prices for full-time and short-term stay residents and the care clients. Our daily programs run from Monday to Friday from 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. and it includes art and craft, reading and Bible study, chit chats and discussion, exercises and outings. We also provide meals. You can find us today in Lower Kingston Park or call 491-8276. You have any phone, kiddo? Make sure. That's again, you can find them at Lower Kingston Park or call 491-8276 or email tlcnursingHome1@gmail.com. Remember, at TLC Nursing Home, compassion is at the heart of our care. Hey, we're still awaiting Mr. Weeks. I tell kiddo to keep an eye on the dial. Kiddo, so Mr. Weeks probably went to union. I think so. Hey guys, Flow, win more and save more when you sign up for Flow Internet. Get the super fast 250 megabits package for only $100. That's $20 savings every month, plus a chance to win your share of $30,000 in cash and prizes weekly. Remember, terms and conditions do apply. Flow, keeping you connected. Yeah, Flow, keeping you connected. And remember, it's all about beauty holics. Hey, have you been seeking a place to get your manicures, pedicures, and waxing services done? Hey, then check no other place than Beauty Holics. Yes, they're located in Camden Park, opposite the Bureau of Standards building on the basketball court stretch. They offer gel structured manicures, gel extension manicures, gel pedicures, spa pedicures, regular pedicures, body waxing, which includes full face, armpit, genitals and legs, eyebrow shaping, eyebrow waxing, and tinting. They offer these services at affordable cost that can fit your budget. You can book your appointment today on Facebook or Instagram at beautyholics_ or contact us at 527-2033. Again, that's beautyholics. And I'm going to spell at beautyholics, which HOLIKS_ or you can contact them at 527-2033. Yeah. There we are looking forward to serving you in any area of service you select. They can't wait to serve you. So guys, head on down there to Beauty Holics in Camden Park on that stretch, the basketball stretch, just opposite the Brewery of Standard, and get yourself these services done in a very, very professional manner. Yeah. Let me tell you what's happening down here at Max Pizza. Hey guys, remember Max Pizza and Bakeway introduces Vinci Pizza delivery every Friday. So if you want a pizza from Max Pizza, yeah, then you can order that pizza and they do delivery every Friday. You can place your order by 10 p.m. Thursday via call or WhatsApp at 528-1854 from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. or restaurant. You can call the restaurant at 458-3474 from 3 p.m. to 8 p.m. And remember, guys, all orders would be delivered by a Max Pizza representative the following Friday at the Wharf for 5:30 p.m. upon the arrival of Beckway Express. So, guys, remember, if you want a pizza from Max, you can order now. What is it? Somebody saying a call. I ain't see Mr. Weeks call yet, kiddo. So give me some music all the time because you don't know it's a vibes. It's a vibes today. Today is Tuesday. It's a vibes Tuesday. Shem said, "Good morning, kiddo. I am DJ Greg. Say big up. I see my friend Bernadette. Bernadette, listen. Aye. Winston said the likelihood of him winning appeal is the same as Mr. O'Neill of the Green Party being the next PM. But kiddo, before you play the music, I want to give some persons an insight concerning this situation here with Veran Primus. As you know, Veran Primus is really someone that a lot of Vincentian now is fed up of. A man who has escaped prison on 2 occasions, right? He escaped prison on 2 occasions. He was charged for kidnapping and sexually abusing a young lady. He got off on that case, you know. You know that? Yes, guys, you remember when Veran Primus was arrested in Vermont after the girl who he had kidnapped left a note in the fridge. There was a home care, a caretaker who comes to the home who found the note in the fridge and informed the police. That is how Veran Primus was arrested. Right? And then after that, they start doing investigation and they start seeing some clues, or they start gathering some clues that led them to charge him for killing Charlene Graves in Annisville. They had that information. So, as you know as well, Veran Primus is wanted in the US. So, now, is it Veran playing the system? Is it Veran playing the system or what? What is happening here? Is it he wasting time? Because far as an appeal goes, kiddo, I could appeal and I could win my appeal. So Veran Primus know this is his only loophole to escape the sentence. Yeah, they give him about 30-something years. So he knows that this is one of the loopholes that he could probably think. And he has a lawyer. The lawyer said he's confident. I do not know what makes Veran Primus' lawyer so confident, but the lawyer said that he's absolutely confident that Primus will win his appeal. He said that. And listen this party. Listen this party. He noted that there is no legal aid for appeals. So Veran Primus does not have the money to appeal. But it is hopeful that the Court of Appeal would grant Primus the cost of his appeal. Folks, you listening to this? Listen to this carefully, right? Listen. Primus is now on spending time for murder. He has been convicted for murder. Let me see how much years they give him. 30, I think that was 34 years in prison. He had about, let me say, about 29 more years to do. Yeah, 29 more years to do. Right? And remember, all the crime that we outlined that Veran Primus has been charged for. Some he has been convicted, particularly in the case where he escaped from prison on 2 occasions. Right? And which person say, boy, that is crazy. That is a man who is on charge for murder, escaping prison on two times. But let me say, we done gone past that. The whole country looking out, but something have to be done. Everybody looking for justice. Charlene Primus' mother looking for justice. So when they found him guilty now, everybody say, well, this is it. This they're going to hit him with his sentence, give him his time, and the family felt at least at ease, the nation felt at ease. So now to hear that Veran Primus is appealing, it is not so appealing. because eventually, as Jomo pointed out, that he could get away. And I think some persons on their life saying that the chances of him winning is very slim. It's very slim. Someone said that. Another person said that Primus is smarter than you guys think. We know that Primus is smart. Some persons were asking whether or not our justice system should allow him, to or get him to the US, get him out there to the US. Let the United States authorities deal with him. You feel so, folks? You think that we should do that? Or let justice takes its course? But justice have to take its course. But what I find interesting is that the lawyer is now saying that the appeal that this Veron is doing here now, he has no legal aids to appeal. So he's asking, he's hopeful that the Court of Appeal would grant Primus the cause of his appeal. That is what is happening here, folks. So is it that, I see someone, Winston said, so, in other words, the state taxpayers must pay for him to appeal. The state that is persecuted him. You can't make these things up. Yes. They could ask, they grant him that legal aid so that he could fight his appeal. Which is madness in my opinion. Which is absolute madness. Okay, give me 2 songs there. Let me line up something here and then we're gonna come back. But just give me some vibes. Hey folks, we have some more things to discuss. I was waiting on Mr. Weeks. Mr. Weeks was on no show today, and I just wanted to confirm that I don't know what happened there. But I usually hear him from time to time when I log in. So I don't know if something is happening there with Mr. Weeks, but I trust that all is well. And if he's sick, that he recovers, But all in all, folks, someone said send him off to the US. What do you think? You think they should send Veron to the US and done? Huh? You can go see him again. Feel they'll catch him? If they have enough evidence. But what about the 34 years? You think 34 years was good too for the murder? You feel that was a good sentence in time? Or maybe life in prison, you think he should get life? Because when you're talking about all these things that he's been accused for, and even the situation with the kidnapping of the girls, I know. But maybe, Iona, good morning, she said, the real question here is his conviction based on circumstantial, or there was enough evidence to convict him in Charlene murder? Well, in honesty, there were evidence that the prosecution felt compelling enough to convict him, because circumstantial evidence is a kind of thing that you don't really secure them kind of conviction than circumstantial evidence so easy, So they have to get something. They had witnesses and so forth. You know what I mean? But I mean, what do you say, kiddo? You think 34 years for Veron Primus is enough? Yeah, he could have taken some. But there's also the possibility that I think they could give him more years too, if he loses the appeal, But yeah. But what the lawyer is actually saying, I am absolutely convinced that the Court of Appeal is going to overturn Primus' verdict. In this case, he should either be set free or the court will order a retrial. All you hear that, folks? You hear that? Veron Primus' lawyer says that he is confident that the court is going to overturn Primus' verdict. In this case, he could either be set free or the court will order a retrial. Let me hear, what is it in this comment section? Someone say he is costing taxpayers money. I agree. The U.S. authorities would have to make that request for extradition, and it's not guaranteed. If my memory serves me correctly, I think shortly after his arrest, extradition was brought up and there were even 2 Americans from their justice system was on the ground in the matter, but it seems like it didn't go anywhere. No, I think it's onto something. I'll give you some update on that too as well. But that is what is happening, folks, with the Veron Primer situation. We have to pay attention. And as Counselor said, this is going to be an interesting case. So we're going to jump out, kiddo, pay some bills, and then we're going to come back with more things. Remember, at the top of the hour, now close to 10, we have Pastor Richards coming up. Another person said, given all his crime, he is accused of it's worth life imprisonment. I agree. I agree. As a matter of fact, kiddo, while I'm loading this, I tell you the situation there with the girl, the young lady who accused him of kidnapping her and raping her and doing her a host of wicked acts. This young lady did not follow through with the case. I don't know how many persons know that, Yeah, she didn't follow through with the case. She went off to a different island. So Theron basically didn't really see justice for that. Yeah. Anyway, guys, we're going to jump out, pay some bills, and then we're going to come back to talk more things. We have different topics to discuss as well, okay? Stay tuned, guys.
Protect the children. Yeah. Don't be afraid to speak out. Teach the kids their rights. Physical and sexual abuse must stop. Join me in this fight now. I want you to see suspects say among friends and families. See suspects say in the schools and communities. Children of the future, they depend on you. Report to the authorities. That's what you should do. You'll see the signs, do what's right. Put a stop to child abuse. See suspects say among friends and families. A message from the Child Development Division within the Ministry of National Mobilization in collaboration with UNICEF.
District Stairs is celebrating Heritage Month with 10% off all vinyl flooring and free shipping during the month of March. Vinyl flooring is beautiful, versatile, water resistant, and durable. Vinyl flooring, ideal for commercial and office buildings. It's the most affordable flooring. At District Stairs, you'll find vinyl.
Isn't it good to know that no matter where you are, you're covered? Covered by a company owned by Vincentians that understands your unique insurance needs. At Metrosint General Insurance Company, we've invested 50 years of service to guarantee that you have the peace of mind that you deserve. When it comes to motor vehicle, property, employer's liability, business insurance, and much more, we've got you covered. Our professional and friendly staff understands your needs and ensures you understand your options. Metrosint General Insurance Company.
Gecko is fully loaded. We're dropping daily prices on you this season. For the entire months of November and December, you can win $100 gas and grocery vouchers. Members who qualify will also benefit from pre-approval loans and still be eligible to win their share of a grand prize of $6,000.
Always wanted a motorcycle, but they've been too expensive. I pass in on my way to work, and then boom, I see courts of motorcycles outside. I'm excited. I get up one day, I go down, I spoke to this guy. I think his name was Sheena, this short, chubby little guy, I purchased 2 bikes so far. It was the 150 SL and the 250 Dragon. This blue, beautiful AKT TT Dragon, this is my baby. I call her Becky. She gives me the best ride ever. My name is Storyboy Nick, and I live to ride my AKT.
It's the Patriot Company Limited. Green Hill Field. At gmail.com or ncjackson4753 at gmail.com. The Patriot Company Limited. Service at its best.
No matter where we come from, the journey begins the same for all of us. There are no easy ways to achieve our dreams. The road is paved with determination and hard work, fueled by the love of what we do and the ones we do it for. At the St. Vincent Cooperative Bank, we share your vision to succeed. It runs generations deep. That's why we continue to take this journey with you. It's probably not what you expected from a bank, but we're not just any bank. We're the People's Bank.
St. Vincent Cooperative Bank.
Your penny bank, and so much more. For more information, call us at 456-1894 or visit our website today at www.svcooperative.bank.com.
There's Smooth.
And then there's Guinness Smooth.
It's a brand new cool.
Incredibly smooth.
Perfectly balanced.
For a smooth and refreshing taste.
So how smooth? Well smooth. Guinness Smooth.
For a smooth and refreshing taste. New Guinness Smooth. Must be 18 years or older. Drink responsibly. Socialize responsibly.
The National Lotteries Authority introduces the Lotto app for all Android and iPhones. Your free download available at nlasvg.com. Whether it's home, work, or simply having fun, get all NLA game results at your fingertips. View all draws of the National Lotteries Authority on your handset or tablet with the user-friendly Lotto app. Download today at nlasvg.com. The Lotto app.
You asked for it and you got it. A quicker way to pay your bills online. It's fast, secure, and easy to use. No registration, no additional fees. Flow is now offering FastPay, an online service that allows you to settle your bills in less than 2 minutes. Need a receipt? FastPay will send it to your email immediately. Use FastPay now for convenience, safety, and efficiency at discoverflow.co/fastpay.
So FastPay, 2 minutes and you're on your way. So FastPay, so FastPay.
Flow is keeping you connected.
Green Rock Condominiums is a luxurious boutique condo property located in the beautiful Caribbean island of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. The property boasts a prime location overlooking the town of Calaqua with stunning views of Canash Beach, popularly known as White Sand Beach, and the beautiful Grenadine Islands. With an open concept layout, modern decor, and smart home features, this exclusive oasis offers the ultimate vacation solution with its lock and leave policy. The optional terrace. Furthermore, our pre-construction benefits include the opportunity to choose your floor, view, and finishes, as well as 24/7 video monitoring of the site from start to finish. For more information, please contact Sutherland's Real Estate, located in Barely, St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Telephone 784-498-1924 or email info@sutherlandsrealestate.com. Remember, if you're looking for luxury, life is worth living on the rock with Green Rocks. Sutherland's Real Estate, providing services in property sales, property management, property development, furniture and household equipment sale, tenant selection, preparation of rent or lease contracts, garage sale, also eviction services. Call today at 498-1924 or 433-9362. You can also email sutherlandsrealestate@gmail.com or visit our website at www.sutherlandsrealestate.com. At Sutherland's Real Estate, your comfort is our business.
OMG in the morning.
All good body, y'all. Please report to the dance.
Hey, listen. New music. Listen.
Shake it till it come down, baby. Shake it till it fall, yeah. Shake it till it right down, baby. Shake it till it fall. Shake it till it fall.
Hey, Winston, get used to this one. This one is a warmer from yours truly, boy. This one is called Shake It. Check it out, Winston.
You see that right there? Knock it and go down, baby. Hey, you see that thing there? Just knock it and go down, baby. Hey, you see that right there? Knock it and go down, baby. Hey, you see that thing there? Just knock it on. Arch up your back and go down low. Crash up your knee wine man out a do. Expensive style, you not do that for free. Now y'all a hype, make sure that she's sweet. You want the queen for the king, for the road, for the key. Look how you're trim and fit. You ready for the lift, my girl, you're trim and fit. You ready for the lift. Shake it till it come down, baby. Shake it till it fall. On bad mind. Shake it till it right down, baby. Shake it till it fall. Hey, yeah.
OMG in the morning.
Listen, Winston, this one coming down from here. Let me.
Shake it till it come down, baby. Shake it till it fall. Shake it till it right down, baby. Shake it till it fall. Shake it till it come down, baby. Shake it till it fall. Shake it till it right down, baby. Shake it till it fall. Hey, you see that right there? Knock it and go down, baby. Hey, you see that thing there? Just knock it and go down, baby. Hey, you see that right there? Knock it and go down, baby. Hey, you see that thing there? Just knock it and. Chop your back and go down low. Cross up your knee like tic-tac-toe. That is wine to the rhythm and the beat and the flow. Cause to hear the wine man out and
Hey, Carnival soon reaching up. We vibes in. We just warming up. I want your lineup is sick up on this one too, you know.
shake it till it come down, baby. Shake it till it fall. Shake it till it right down, baby. Shake it till it fall.
Listen, this is sick, alright? This is new music for Vincy Mas. If you want to hear about hand and button, listen.
OMG in the morning.
Listen. He button, she button, he. You know, he even button the side, man. Like, hey, my folks in Low Manzala, good morning. Hey folks, remember that one that one is coming down from the man Sicko himself, man. Richland Park Mespo very own. And you would have heard something there from me, Fernando, fresh out. Yeah, Winston is but. That is this. Oh, that is playing on the system? Oh, yeah. Listen. Winston say, but we good. But for both. Listen, folks, we touching on a number of issues. Cheryl, good morning down there, my friend. I have to pass across and see if I get a drink when I come there by you. I like to chill out by Cheryl. Steph Wholesale, guys. If you want to get your products, you want to get your various food stuff, dry goods, salami and all those things. Steph Wholesale, right there in Middle Street there, just across from Bunny, well down between the street between Bunny, and you come up from Gonsalve Liquor. Yes, you can check out Steph. So folks, I see Winston said bring back the gallows. Who vex go play in traffic? What do you think, kiddo? We should bring back the gallows? We have a caller. Let me take the caller first. Caller, welcome to OMG.
Hey, morning, Fernando.
Hey, morning.
I know you say like something new.
Yeah.
Let me just say back a little piece and I can no tune in there. No tune in. Even if it's just a one voice.
Yeah. That's a carnival war, man. We have more to come.
Man, let me just say, man,
Ready?
come on, heat up.
All right.
Heat up.
Yes, I. Yes, I. Why not? Yeah. 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 Let me get back.
Look how you trim and fit. You ready for the lift. Look how you trim and fit. You ready for the lift. Shake it till it come down, baby. Shake it till it fall. Shake it till it right down, baby. Shake it till it fall. Shake it till it come down, baby. Shake it till it fall. Shake it till it right down, baby. Shake it till it fall. Hey, you see that right there? Knock it and go down, baby. Hey, you see that thing there? Just knock it and go down, baby. Hey, you see that right there? Knock it and go down, baby. Hey, you see that thing there?
You see after Easter done?
Arch up your back and go down low. Crash up your knee like tic-tac-toe. That is wine to the rhythm and the beat and the flow. Cause to hear the wine man out and out. Expensive style, you not do that for free. Now y'all want hype, make sure that she's sweet. You want the queen for the king, for the road, for the key. Look how you're trim and fit. You ready for the lift. Look how you're trim and fit. You ready for the lift. Shake it till it come down, baby. Shake it till it fall. Shake it till it right down, baby. Shake it till it fall. Shake it till it come down, baby. Shake it till it fall. Make it fall. Shake it till it right down, baby. Shake it till it fall. Hey, I like that. You see that right there? Knock it and go down, baby. Hey, you see that thing there?
This one was actually written by my partner Hunter. You know? You see? But this one here now you don't know it's right. I write this one here. Let me go. Hey, somebody did not do the song. Listen. I drunk till I fall over. Till the party over. Me not drink soda. So me not leaving sober. Listen. Let me take this call here. Hey, Carla, welcome to MG.
Good morning, Fernandez.
Good morning, my friend.
Seems to be having a wonderful time in the studio. Had an exceptional Easter weekend.
Man.
My goodness me. Now, I'm not to comment today on any of those serious stuff that went before.
Yes.
I want to make a comment.
You go ahead.
I find it amazing that Britain, now it has been taken over rum, sung in soca and other genres. And it seems as though we are now romanticizing Britain.
Yeah.
I don't know what is going on. Is it okay? It seems as though it is a badge of honor when a man gets caught.
Yeah. You know, even wife, folks never used to talk about, butting people wife and these things, so. I think you're onto something, but there's a lot of butting taking place right now in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, ladies
I
and
hope
gentlemen.
they have not engaged in any of this butting in any way, form or fashion. My goodness, I just find it amazing.
Oh, really?
Yes, I do.
Wow. Yeah, I know. I guess from where you come from, where your background like, and Yeah. Because go ahead.
The beat, though, it is very catchy. It really sounds nice.
Yes. Yes, thanks, man. Well, you see, I try to do a bit of, adult music kind of vibes to a kind of old. I got kind of old soul now. So I just try to capture the old soul sometimes because these people, they need vibes. I think even now you notice with music the lyrics gone out music now it's more like a hook. So I think I mean it's difficult for person like me who come from a kind of background listening to certain kind of music for just put only a hook line. I mean hook line is good, but you need some nice lyrical content. Yes, I think that's what's happening. Folks look for, like my partner sing, why the cat in the rain? Why the cat in the rain? She want it wet. Why?
Continue to enjoy yourself,
yes, man. Bless up. We just come off of Easter, so you don't know we got set in the carnival vibes to know. We discuss a lot of things as you see yourself, but we still have to entertain, everybody, man.
All right, take care.
Thanks very much for the contribution, yeah?
All
right. Let me go with this one here. Yeah, this one was 2019. This one was like after I do Bamboo. I do Bamboo 2017, 2018, no music. People saying, boy, you need to sing. And I just stay home, I just go in a vibes. Morning to, night to morning. People say, boy, I think you're crazy or something. But let me go. We have to take a top of the hour as well. Let me go.
Drink soda, no. So when I leaving sober, I drunk till I fall over. Till the party over. Me no drink soda, tell them say again. We are no little bikini, so don't rap with me. No little bikini, tell them don't rap with me. I'm in out of the city, don't rap with me. Family want to country, Lord. I drunk till I fall over. Till the party over. Me no drink soda, so when I leaving sober, I drunk till I fall over. Till the party over.
Boom 1069 is trending.
Turn up the music. Turn down the light.
Blazing on the air at 1069 FM.
What does this button do? Lord, have mercy.
On your phone or device at tunein.com. Or on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook at Boom SVG 1069.
The number one morning show in the SVG.
Morning.
OMG in the morning.
Come on now.
I give you peace of mind. My heart is always on your side. Our connection is rare to find. That's why I'm not gonna let you go. I feel that I'm so blessed to be yours. I'm yours. Right there when you need it. I mean it. There's a fire burning bright, even in the darkest night. You are the one I love. You are the one I love. Me, I stay right by your side. Nothing can change my mind. You are the one I love. You are the one I love. You're 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 the one I love. You are the one I love. You're the one I love. You're the one I love. You're the one I love. You are the one I love. Me love you like how Shanti love Addy. You put a spell on me, I must be hurry. And anyway you let me, I go come for it. Baby, your good love lock me down like Scotty. Sweet like honey, and me home, you
Yo, good morning, wherever all are tuning in from. Whether it's the Leeward side, countryside, morning, folks in the diaspora, all the morning. Hey, this is music coming down from Shansia. Yeah, kiddo, Shansia, not Shansia.
Festivity, she got to bring it, come here, make me knock it. Take out me, go to work, skip out it, chatty. A A1, put the ass up on it. Dilly daddy, girl, me love you, yeah, me love you naturally. Make for me a tight, make for me come up in a underwear, why and just for me, yeah. Slam up already, now the water, take when peace, catch it, that's up on it, fine, no argument. On which palm I can't take. You make me see that you got me a stage. So much of them got them all damn attractive. But tell on you hold me like me, don't hold me on stage. Girl, I rushing on the street, running on the church, carry beat it. Come on, now the fact is, you way good, you go to the line. So good in the bed, turn up, balance by your way. Try that.
OMG in the morning.
Why not?
Morning.
Nobody never made in China. Sun firm pan it. You know Gigi rider. Carnation a girl, but you. If them ever at your head, me a fight that. Everywhere me a go strike like that. This a dolly and luxury, money and a bugsy. Kneel down, pretty little muffet. Give you sweet water, me use a blood tick. Some me love the good, girl. Them a country, me a go. Girl, come me. Smarty call your mommy, what do that man? A bag of man a tell me say the gal a dog this, but me no watch dog a shit, so me nah go notice. So good in the bed, turn up, balance by your way. Try that, show your booty and your Why not? And your body never made in China. Stand firm on the you're not Gigi rider. Carnation a girl but you. If them ever at your head, me a fight back. Everywhere me a go strike like lighter.
Yeah. Hey, folks in Richland Park. I can't forget my Richland Park folks, man. Sita and Sha and my good friend up there, Talia, and all those who are listening to Boom 106.9. Thank you for locking it down. Let's tell you what's going down at Coates. You can celebrate. Man, they'll be celebrating the style. The Coates Furniture event. You can get up to 30% off on furniture, appliances, and accessories store-wide. Plus, if you pay Coates Ready Finance, you pay nothing down and there's no payment for 30 days. This offer is available in-store and online at shopcoates.com. Conditions apply. Promotional period is from April the 11th to April the 30th, 2023. Coates, bringing value home. So remember, guys, the promotion is still on. You can get up to 30% off on your furniture. So, kiddo, you know that couch that you have that you need to change, that that chair that is, that stove, kiddo, that stove need fixing, kiddo. But instead of fixing it, you gotta get rid of it and bring in a new one. Yeah. So Coates, guys, Coates, check out Coates. They're celebrating style. That is 30% off on furniture, appliances, and accessories store-wide. Yeah. Hey, let me see who's on the live. I want to big up you guys as usual. Winston. I don't know. I think Winston was making the point of. Now you was talking about both. I big up Cheryl. Okay, so George say Primus is playing the judicial system. That is what George feel like he's playing the judicial system. Winston said they found items at his residence that tied him to the crime. Okay, so guys, we're discussing Primus, but on some good news. I have some good news here with regards to the Liberty Lodge, and I had some news for them the other day, and I had to highlight some issues and raise some concern. And I'm still concerned about those things, of the reports that are happening at the Liberty Lodge and what is happening with the boys at the Liberty Lodge. But in any case, I'm seeing a Big Brother mentorship program here. They have launched that. I'm happy to see that. Happy to see some movements there. The Liberty Lodge Boys Training Center launched a Big Brother mentorship program on Wednesday, the 5th of April at the center in Lago Heights, with 11 mentors taking on the responsibility of providing guidance to the boys at the institution for at least 1 year. That is good. Yeah? So the Liberty Lodge Boys Training Center, they're getting some much needed assistance in terms of mentorship for the boys. And I mentioned before that there are some reports that I'm receiving of things that are transpiring there and that needs to be looked into and addressed by our authorities. But as I said again, it is always good to see some movement on the ground once it's positive. So based on a news report, they said the goal of the program is to support the healthy development of residents by addressing their psychological needs, thereby reducing risk factors of negative behaviors. Minister of Mobilization, Honorable Orlando Brewster, urged the lads to take the program seriously and to not see themselves as victims but individuals with great potential and purpose. Okay? So, the launch of the Big Brother Mentorship Program coincides with the activities to commemorate Child Abuse Awareness and Prevention Month in April. Under the theme, You Have the Power to Create a Better Future for the Children. Treat Us Well. Director of Child Development Division, Gemma Alexander, said the Big Brother program is tailored to providing supportive mentorship, relationships to the boys at the center. Alexander said a mentor is a role model that a mentee can talk to, share experience with. And it's good to hear that they're doing that, and I'm good. I want to hear as well from Miss Alexander pertaining to some issues there at the school. The mentors who have signed on to be a part of the program are able-bodied Seaman Bob and Chief Petty Officer Edwin Durant of the SVG, the Royal SVG Coast Guard. So they have members of the Royal St. Vincent and the Grenadines Coast Guard signing on to be mentors at the Liberty Lodge. Kudos to them. We have Constable Elroy Kwame and Corporal Roderick John of the RSVG Police Force, and I'm sure they will do a good job there with the boys. Ari Shah, teacher at the St. Martin's Secondary School. Camille James, farmer. Ashley Peters, entrepreneur. Adrian Doyle, barrister at law. Jelani Williams, barrister at law and legal officer at Gecko. Pastor Dexter Kirby from the Grace Community Baptist Church, and Keith Williams, entrepreneur. Yeah, so it's a good cast, impressive young people who they're signing up for a worthy cause, and I have to say kudos to them, because that institution needs as much male mentor, good role model as possible. The institution need them, and also there is a need for transparency and accountability when things happen. I think I get some report, as I said in the past, of some things happening there at the center that is not right. So as I said before, I reported on that, and I'm also reporting on this piece of good news. But I want to encourage those mentors to pay close attention to the kids, and if they're telling you something, to listen to them carefully, because children are the future, and they need to be heard. They need to be heard. Trust me, kiddo. Yeah, definitely, man. So big up the mentors. Big up all those who are involved in that. I see Gecko, the La Fraternity, entrepreneurs, teachers from St. Martin, the police force. All those folks come together and make a difference. We really, really need a difference in these kids' life, man. Kiddo, I had an issue here I want to discuss because there is a number of, as a matter of fact, you saw that thing with OG Park down in Beckwith, eh? But there's a video with OG Park South. Listen, remember OG Park sing Beckwith? Bring Beckwith, baby. Because you know OG actually went to Beckwith and get lost. Them guys actually in a live. They're in a live where Zeke said, you know, OG, boy, as a driver, in case I miss something, you're supposed to pick up on that. And OG in his explicit manner saying, oh, I good thing I know about Beckwith. So it was really, really funny to actually hear him, you know, in that manner, since he have a song about, you have his song line up his song, give me his song. I don't know how it did for the Easter, because I wasn't down there, I don't know. You said you didn't go down there either. Hey boy, somebody need to tell me what's going on. Somebody page Angela for me now. Angela know a lot what's taking place. Give me that tune, kid.
Morning.
Genie, you don't know. Hey, but it's
OG, you get lost a bit, boy. It's only a dream though.
Everybody dreams of go England. My dreams to go Beckwith. Everybody dreams of go Canada. My dreams to go Beckwith. I don't need no visa. I don't need no passport. All I need is a suitcase and a fast boat. I don't need no visa. I don't need no passport. All I need is a suitcase and a fast boat. Everybody dreams of go England. My dreams to go Beckwith.
And he lost a Beckwith. Listen, guys, Carnival is in the air. They say after Easter done, Carnival a come. Oh gosh, kid, are you ready? Kid, are you ready for Carnival, boy?
Yeah. My dreams to go Beckwith. Everybody dreams of go Canada. My dreams to go Beckwith. I don't need no visa. I don't need no passport. All I need is a suitcase and a fast boat. I don't need no visa. I don't need no passport. All I need is a suitcase and a fast boat. Everybody dreams of go England. My dreams to go Beckwith.
Well, guys, as you know, the carnival season is heating up, and this rhythm is already making its mark, man. This rhythm is already dominating the airwaves. Listen, hold that. Hold it up. Oh gosh, she on him. Listen, Winston said, Angela, Fernando, what an update on the yeah. Somebody page Angela for me. Please let me know what's happening there. I was trying to get some photo because Angela is properly just and out there partying. Kiddo, I don't know what Kiddo telling me here, but boy, Angela, you turn up. Let me go.
You think hand easy? You ever see a man who can't eat?
Kiddo, you have a hand? Oh gosh, Carnival going nice to see.
Sit down, and I want jump in the sky. I lay down, and I just start to cry. I never feel so since I born. Somebody tell me that is on.
Winston, here I'm to you. I hear about got it. Listen, guys, remember you could WhatsApp us. You can text on the live. You can call in. Let us know how was your Easter. What did you do? We want to hear from our friends, our family, our fans, the whole entire 106.9 family. Let's go.
Neighbor. Make your love come and so.
Yes, I come and see.
You too come and see. Why anything you see always want me talk. Make your love come and so. Eh? You even calling me wifey who live abroad. Make your love come and so. Oh gosh, shut up now. But what do you mean? Neighbor. Make your love come and so. You come and see. You too come and see. Neighbor. Make your love come and so. You come and see. You too come and see. We on the road again. Drinking and me raving with me grown.
I like this one here from President Twin. That sound good.
Looking for me on the road. Just me on the road. Carnival time again and people fly down from foreign. Soon as them push it and them drinking strong from morning. And if it that them touch them jamming and them going all in. Yeah, we go all in. Party until next morning. Just hold up your long gishy. Make she wine and feel it. Stiffy. Girl wine back and look now. Goody. Pressure that's bust by PC. Can't tired, we never sleepy. We madder than them.
Kiddo, you could turn the camera. You could turn the camera the other way. One of the most troublesome fella. Hey, y'all, don't me hear this fight, eh? Mario in the house, Mario. Join the thing, no man. Join in and say a little thing, no man. Hey, all listen who? Fresh from off the plane. He say you have meeting. Go on back to we come from again, Gibraltar. Listen. Hey, best team in here. It's best team.
We on the road again. Drinking and me raving with me grown a friend. Back and not from country down again. Looking for me on the road. Just me on the road. Carnival time again and people fly down from foreign. Soon as them push it and them drinking strong from morning. And if it that them touch them jamming and them going all in.
Yo, somebody say like week still have me in the crab boy. Hi.
Make she wine and feel it. Stiffy.
Mr. Weeks, make up yourself wherever you are.
Goody. Pressure that's bust by PC. Can't tired, we never sleepy. We madder than them. Running longer than them. Who born like we madder than them.
Hey, all you know when we come for enjoy ourselves, right?
Tell them say yeah, we on the road like a van man. And tell the boy no violate come on.
Yo, you're listening to the Trending Station. We entertain it.
And then miss one done. Tell them that we run road. We run road. Anytime we come road. It's done load. Ganja by the bomb load. And it's done load.
Listen, this is a new rhythm, eh?
We run load. Tell them that we run things. Tell them that we run things. Lord, we run it.
That's skinny. We have grabber coming up. Oh Lord, that's problem. Problem is a problem. I hear this one. Hey folks, this is new music coming down here, so get used to them. Hey, tell him about Gypsy. Remind me of my grandmother. Hey, this one is coming down from Grabber. Hey, let's take a wine. Take a wine for me, please. Take a wine. You're never too old for take a wine. Take. Oh gosh, boy. Kiddo, pull them on the back up, kiddo. Listen, guys, listen. We enjoying ourselves. We in here with no malice. We educating, we informing, and we entertaining. Let me go. Hey, we ain't have no time for bad mind. Listen. Hey, you like wine? Watch it. Hey, grab again some buoyant kind of vibes in this one. And Kiddo coming down with a mix now from Skinny and Nyla. Let me go. Listen, before we go back to programming, I want all to request two nice soca. I need one from one and one from WhatsApp. My friend Grant, good morning, good morning. For this carnival, we want all to come home, come home.
Omg in the morning.
Hey, a request for Skinny, no relationship from Randy over there. Randy, big up yourself. One more request. Listen, after these two requests, I need my song when you're going back in, which is give me the engine room, but when we go back in, right? But link up, do your thing. This one is New Relationship from Skinny. Wait, Randy, that's what you going out with, boy. I say you're a married boy, Randy, boy. Play the back.
OMG in the morning.
Listen, you know people character.
I am now a wild man. I sweep in everything. I'm a wild man. I beat in everything. Call me out.
Cheryl, big up yourself over there. Cooley, big up yourself.
I slam in everything. I don't want no relationship. I only pelting. No relationship. I have potential check. No relationship.
And I gotta get my body in shape for Carnival. George said can't miss Vincy Mas. Fernando will be there next month. God's willing.
To set me straight. What name love I can't relate. And next man need the food.
We have another one here. This one said big up brother Skinny Band. Oh, you saying Skinny Band? Oh, he bigging me up. I think he's it must be hand in song you want.
I'm not committing to none of them woman. I said I will never work for another girl. I am no a wild man. I sweep in everything. I'm a wild man. I beat in everything. Call me a wild man. Let me push food in there. Girl, open it out. Let me push food in there.
Kiddo, who request that one? The kiddo.
Food in there. I said to open it out. Spread it. Let me stick the food in there. Girl, come let me push food in there. Sing food in there. Come food in there. Force food in there. Girl, come let me push food in there. Sing food in there. Come food in there.
Listen, we have a request from Grand Zehan from Skinny Bantan. Link that up.
Girl, you spoil. You're really spoiling. You love when I put
Judge, good morning.
food. All when it's full of oil. You do business, you're taking that, you know. Come now, baby. You don't need nobody else to make no man this you. As long as you belong to me, I go feed you. You will never go hungry, my girl, I promise you. As a matter of fact, girl, open your mouth. Let me push food in there. Girl, open it out. Let me push food in there. Girl, open your mouth. Let me push food in there. I said to open it out. Spread it. Let me stick the food in there. Girl, come let me push food in there. Sing food in there. Come food in there. Force food in there. Girl, come let me push food in there. Sing food in there. Come food in there. Force food in there.
OMG in the morning.
Somebody request this one here. All in the man in his hand. All now somebody getting it.
Turn up the man. When I say I'm fed up with heart, all you feel is joke I'm making. I don't want to hate on love, but sometimes I keep debating. She say she only lover.
Mary, good morning.
Only friend. We make a wish. I eat with pen. I sleep and I had a dream. Wake up and I make a vow. Soon as everything complete, we saw one now. What I do wrong again, Lord? Tell me what I do wrong again.
Oh God, you spend all your money. You buy everything she want.
They say I get hard again.
You buy plane ticket for her.
But the girl, she keep on complaining. When I do it, they say put your back into it. All I know I try. She keep calling with another guy. What I do wrong again, Lord?
Mary, you're laughing about that one day. All your good morning, we're just coming out of Easter, so I ain't killing your vibe.
OMG in the morning.
I request this one here for myself. If all you think they should get pull up, say pull up. Let me see if somebody going to say pull up, kiddo. All right, we have pull up. Let me go again, Mary.
OMG in the morning.
Hey, wherever you're from, man, just join the engine room. And Boom 106.9 is the engine room, guys. This is the place you got to be for the whole carnival. As we bring artists, producers, entertainers, and so much more. And remember, Mario don't come for the session, them to eat outside. Good morning, Paul. I see I bring you out from yard. Yes, let's get you in the carnival vibes. Lovan, good morning. Nyla, good morning.
OMG in the morning. Morning.
Hey, George said, careful, you and mash up the engine room. George, the engine room, I go mash up. But I know we could build it back. Yes, man, that's music coming down there from Ulutunje. I pronounce it what? Ula. Why are saying Ulu? It's Ulatunje. Yeah. Yes, man, very good artist there. I think that's one of the most underestimated or underrated song for Trinidad Carnival, my brother. You know what I mean? Is that real?
It was highly requested on most of the radio stations them in Trinidad.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, for the carnivals.
But why?
It picked up in the late.
It pick up
half.
late.
Yeah,
it pick up late. Yeah, for real, it pick up late. Just say, break it down and back. Just, you can help me build it back. But listen, guys, I just wanted that segment there. We have a caller. Hey, caller, welcome to OMG.
Good day, my brother. How are you?
I'm good, man. How about you?
You know how me actually encouraging people to listen to your program. And I listen to you, but just want to ask you something. Maybe we could discuss it in a very realistic way. So, you know, I'm not against carnival, right?
Yes.
I never played carnival, but I believe that, you know, we see Rio de Janeiro, we see Trinidad, we see other Caribbean countries, right?
Yes.
But don't you think that there must be some consideration for the reality on the ground? And the reality is that right now, people's salaries are basically just food. And look at the reality of what could happen. We're still dealing with coronavirus. We've just seen the Australians stop the use of AstraZeneca. What are we doing to literally safeguard the health of our citizens? What are we doing to make sure that people still would have enough money to pay the taxes, to pay the light bill, the water bill? I mean, I'm only saying we had carnival for years. We've seen what is happening in even Rio Carnival, where they had to go a little easy on it because of the status of the economy. Don't you think there must be some consideration? For example, if you're going to have carnival, are we going to be safe? Shouldn't there be some concession? So we should have enough money left back so we could buy food. I mean, try to understand. I know you.
From whose angle? The
people's angle, not Hammy angle, not politician angle, to the people's angle.
Right, so
look at me, for example, the sponsorship. Yeah. Think about the devastation with the businesses. And why is it you're seeing Rio de Janeiro and Trinidad, you're seeing now businesses are literally struggling to avoid themselves from going under. And the last little money they have to pay the light bill and pay the workers, they have to now sponsor it for carnival. And then, as I told you, we have the hurricane season coming. Should there be some consideration? So if, for example, a government, as you call them, want carnival, let me find some way of where we could make people lucrative, that they could still have enough money left. So that when they don't pay the house tax and the land tax, they don't bring people or lawyers to
But
take
listen,
away.
all in all, do you don't think people should enjoy themselves and so
People
forth?
must enjoy themselves, making sure that the environment is there, that when they don't party and drink out the money, that they can pay their bills and buy food and send the children. Because right now, me tell you something, get this last one. Last Saturday, I had not this Saturday before that one, a very good friend came to me, said, Hammy, help me. I ain't going to say his profession. And here you have a young man in his 30s. He said, Hammy, my light cut off. My water and the water cut off. He said, I'm trying my very best. I could do all kind of thing, carpenter me. And when I go out, I can't get a little work. I help him to partake of the little his profession. And I end up from me way walking, giving some money and giving some breadfruit from a tree. Think about the devastation with the farmers. Think about the mothers right now with high bills, cost of food, taxes galore. We have got to start to settle down. Yes, party, a little party, yes, but not at the expense of food and paying the bills.
Right.
So what is happening in other countries is that what they're doing is that they're saying, get them some concession. Get the business a little concession. Take out some of the taxes and burn off the people so they could be able to buy their costume. I mean, at the end of the day, Mr. Gonsalves, Leacock and Cummins and Friday, then getting the salary and the big men, union leaders and police men who literally are now no police anymore. These people who supported blindly a dictatorship, they're going to be able to pay carnival and still have extra money. But what about the ordinary farmers? But whether are you all up to understanding of God, I thank you for sparing our life from that volcano. But for God's sake, if God, we don't know whether how we can, what would happen to our people when they don't waste our all? Every week is party, rum, fireworks.
Well, if you...
But I don't know how some young people, well, we know how so many young girls are literally getting their monies. We have got to start to now be serious about life.
Before you go, what would you say to someone who say Hamo just want to find fault and complain about everything all day?
They're not calling the people like me, so I call over 5,000 persons.
They say you're finding fault for everything.
Let me say this. You think when a young man came in my yard, this is a man who used to say, Hammy, look, $100. This man literally has lost his light bill. He can't pay his water bill, is in trouble. Do you all understand what is really happening to our people? But yet Gonsalves and Friday is giving the impression that everything okay when we can't even buy the basics. You know what it means when you have a family member literally get like sick real bad and they don't even have the money to be even to fly out.
Yeah.
We should be in a position where we can still pay our bills.
Yeah, but I
just build back our productive sector, give me back our agriculture, give me back our tourism, so we still could have carnival.
But I understand what you're saying in the sense that persons should ensure that they live within the means.
God bless you.
I think I don't understand how the government or Friday and them come in.
Let me say this then. Rio de Janeiro found themselves, Brazil, in difficulties with the economy. And so what they're doing, same thing with Grenada and other countries, is that they're saying, let us build back our productive sector. When I was so proud of St. Lucia, that we are going to up our tourism sector. We're going to up our tourism, our manufacturing. We're going to make sure that our people would have extra monies. They literally had where, coronavirus, we gave concessions so that people could have businesses can survive. I am saying here, literally, my brother, every day you go, $1 gone on food. Now they care of sharp drop. So when you look at your $1,000 salary, half gone in rum and party, and oh God help us. My brother, we need, this is why you see Friday and the cock and them in order need to get out. Because if Hammy could talk for Paul, I know they're talking, I know. Love you all, my brother. God bless you, man. God bless you.
Yeah. Thanks, Sama, for that contribution. We gotta jump out and pay some bills because we have Pastor coming up very soon. Okay? So let's jump out, pay some bills. I see someone said, how Friday come in that hammer? Come on, man. Okay. All right, let's go in.
S3, we got all your hardware. S3, find whatever you need. Great service and quality items. Pembroke on the leeward side. We got general hardware for your household. Cement, PVC, and steel and more. It's your neighborhood hardware store for customers on the leeward shore. S3 Express. Construction materials are available S3 right on site. Express. The widest selection of products in the hardware business. Express. Remember, Ace is the place with the helpful hardware folks.
Sutherland's Real Estate, providing services in property sales, property management, property development, furniture and household equipment sale, tenant selection, preparation of rent or lease contracts, garage sale, also eviction services. Call today at 498-1924 or 433-9362. You can also email sutherlandsrealestate@gmail.com or visit our website at www.sutherlandsrealestate.com. At Sutherland's Real Estate, your comfort is our business.
The National Lotteries Authority introduces the Lotto app for all Android and iPhones. Your free download available at nlasvg.com. Whether at home, work, or simply having fun, get all NLA game results at your fingertips. View all draws of the National Lotteries Authority on your handset or tablet with the user-friendly Lotto app. Download today at nlasvg.com. The Lotto app.
General Hardware still has the best prices on steel, lumber, and plywood. So go on, compare prices. And if by chance you find a better price, no stress. Just talk to the General, and they will beat that price plus give you special priority delivery. Yes, General Hardware offers free island-wide delivery on most purchases, so you never have to worry about getting your goods on site on time. Plus, shopping at General Hardware is a pleasant experience with friendly, knowledgeable staff always ready to serve. What more could you wish for, huh? So come to General Hardware for proper service, lowest prices, free delivery, and see why nobody beats the General. Nobody.
Green Rock Condominiums is a luxurious boutique condo property located in the beautiful Caribbean island of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. The property boasts a prime location overlooking the town of Calaqua with stunning views of Canash Beach, popularly known as White Sand Beach, and the beautiful Grenadine Islands. With an open concept layout, modern decor, and smart home features, this exclusive oasis offers the ultimate vacation solution with its lock and leave policy. The optional a la carte concierge.
Isn't it good to know that no matter where you are, you're covered? Covered by a company owned by Vincentians that understands your unique insurance needs. At Metrosint General Insurance Company, we've invested 50 years of service to guarantee that you have the peace of mind that you deserve. When it comes to motor vehicle, property, employer's liability, business insurance, and much more, we've got you covered. Our professional and friendly staff understands your needs and ensures you understand your options. Metrosint General Insurance Company.
Are you into the agricultural industry? Do you want the funds to grow your business?
Always wanted a motorcycle, but they've been too expensive. I pass in on my way to work, and then boom, I see courts of motorcycles outside. I'm excited. I get up one day, I go down, I spoke to this guy. I think his name was Sheena, this short, chubby little guy, you know. I purchased 2 bikes so far. It was the 150 SL and the 250 Dragon. This blue, beautiful AKT TT Dragon. This is my baby. I call her Becky. She gives me the best ride ever. My name is Storyboy Nick, and I live to ride my AKT.
Help businesses succeed.
OMG in the morning. Let's check in with the doc and look at things with a wider lens. Pastor Richards on OMG.
Hello. Good morning, Pastor. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I'm hearing you loud and clear.
Yeah, good morning. I sent you a message a while ago. My apologies. Yeah, I thought I didn't have the link, but apparently the link came from a different source this morning.
Yeah.
I was looking for the usual source. I'm like, okay, them guys don't have me on this morning. So I said, let me message and find out. But then I saw it afterwards. So my apologies. All right.
No problem.
Just that you had a safe weekend. You're back. You're in the studio, so I presume that it went well.
It went well.
Excellent. I hope everyone had a safe and productive and reflective Easter. I think last Thursday when I was on, I kind of poured out my heart a little bit. I was sad, and I talked about the fact that a young man, a popular DJ, when I asked him about Easter, he said he really didn't know what it was all about. And he was being honest with me. So I don't take it for granted, therefore, anymore that people understand the real meaning why we have that time. It means different thing for a lot of people. There was a big activity in Kingstown all weekend long. There was a big activity. And that seemed to have attracted more people than other things that are more closely associated with Easter. It is what it is. All right. It really is what it is. All right. Now, Fernando, let me jump right into. I'm sitting here at my desk and I'm watching the car boat, whatever you want to call it, the ship that brings car ship.
Yeah, they call it the car boat.
Yeah, it's pulling out. If you look out, well, I don't know that you can see it from where you are, but other people in their offices, financial complex, and other places in Kingstown, if you look out, you will see that massive boat just pulling out of our Kingstown Harbor, which means that it has made its delivery. So more vehicles. That's what I'm thinking. And even as I sit here, no, I'm going to talk about. I think I'll talk about that as a and as it is happening spontaneously, serendipitously. I hope I can organize my thoughts around what is just happening. So I'm watching the boat pull out. Okay, I'm watching the boat pull out, and there are a number of tangents and different angles of thought that are going through my mind right now with respect to more vehicles in St. Vincent. And frankly speaking, that's a good thing. Okay, I know some people disagree with me, but that's a good thing. It is one, numbers of vehicles, one indicator. There are different metrics by which you judge standard of living.
Yeah.
But the number of vehicles on your roads, available private vehicles, that's
Right.
one of the measures among many, many of the different metrics by which you measure standard of living. And frankly speaking, I watch the car boat, I'm watching it pull out, and I'm wondering, what is that? What are the different statements about standard of living in St. Vincent? I get conflicting opinions on standard of living in St. Vincent. Why are you laughing, sir?
So you say you get conflict.
I get conflicting opinions. I mean, how can we decide if standard of living is improving, or can we decide if standard of living is getting worse? And the thing is, when people talk about these things, Fernando, I don't know that they understand the various standardized metrics by
Yeah.
which you measure standard of living. So people talk off the top of their head, or sometimes it might be politically motivated. You might hear some people say, boy, over the past 5 years, over the past 10 years, over the past quarter century, or whatever time gap that they choose, they might say, boy, standard of living has really taken off in St. Vincent. And in this same Vinci, you talk to some other people and they make it as if, boy, seriously, we have taken a nosedive with respect to standard of living.
Yeah.
Fernando, as a young, enterprising young man, you have an opinion on this?
Yeah.
I'm asking you, it's not a rhetorical question. I'm
Yeah,
seriously.
no, I think so.
St.
I
Vincent?
tend to, if I want to gauge someone's standard of living, or at least the standard of living of the population, I try to look at, sort of like the disposable income. I tend to look at what persons get at their disposal. I mean, because you could look at the boats, the cars, and so forth, but at the end of the day, you might have a loan to pay to cover that expense, right? But if at the end of the day you could pay that loan, but you don't have any money in your pocket, that might be a measuring stick to also judge standard of living, in my opinion.
So wait. So you're saying that the fact that more people have cars, right, and vehicles. Let's just stay with that for the
Yeah.
moment. As the ship, I'm watching it sitting. It's kind of
Yeah,
getting now
I still
down there.
watching
Foot.
it.
I'm watching it. I'm watching it.
Yes.
So we keep the discussion current. So the fact that more people
Yes.
are now able to get loans because we have more cars, so obviously more
Yes.
people are getting car loans.
Yes.
But there was a time when they would not qualify for car loans, right, Fernando?
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
So the
But
fact that go ahead.
no, I was wondering. Well, based on legislation that helped change it, but is it that the same situation persists where you're getting the loan now, you're getting that loan now. It's easier for you to get that loan, but you don't have any real disposable income. But go ahead. Let me
No,
listen.
the point I want to make is that,
Yes.
in as much, and like I said, having a vehicle is not the only metric by which you measure standard of living. You have
Yeah.
other consumer goods,
Yes.
washing machines. People, you're not living in. I think when I talked about this a year or two ago, I talked about the fact that look at the kind of houses. I think as I travel around, I even here in the Caribbean, I'm like, man, we have really good houses in Vinci.
Yeah.
Seriously, I mean, our neighbor to the east, I don't think their houses are as good as ours. I mean, frankly speaking, you know which country I'm talking about. I mean, our neighbors to the east. I really look at our houses, whether it's East Coast
Yeah.
houses or West Coast
Our
houses
house.
now, and our houses are really, I mean, what they're doing with the balusters, the rooms, the designs, the roofs, everything,
Yeah.
the concrete structures. Well, some have a preference for boat structures. structures, but concrete structures by and large. And they, as I drive around the country, it's beautiful to watch. I think our housing standards, more people have houses, whether it's low income house or just something that they have built up for over 20 years. And some people take 20 years to build a house, but they have a house. To me, this is an upward sign. This is a good indication of an upward rising standard of living. Or do we discount that?
No, you can't discount that at all. You can't discount that.
You can't
I think you want to do that.
And typically, now this is not political. So typically, if you check across the world, one of the other metric by which you measure standard of living is health facilities. Now, I participated in that health fair thing on Wednesday, World Health Day, and the permanent secretary gave quite a speech on where we are in terms of health and health facilities in St. Vincent. I don't know that the average Vincentian really just takes the time to articulate or do a check of where we are. We don't have the MCMH as a sole facility anymore, and a couple of 5 district clinics or whatever. We have quite an array, both on the mainland and across the Grenadines, quite an array of services to provide health. Certainly proliferation of even private healthcare facilities. There's one out at the roundabout, Fernando, that's right there.
Yes.
You know of that one?
Yeah.
And across Kingstown, I mean, just about every 10 footsteps, I'm exaggerating, but just about every 10 footsteps, you have access to some kind of private health care. So and again, this is not about government. So in case some of you trying to make that connection and link, you're far wrong. Okay. Because I just said private healthcare too. So we have that. So again, if you make the comparison over a period of time, and you can choose your period of time, if you make your comparison, what would be your conclusion in terms of where we are today, vis-a-vis and with respect to access to health facility? I think if you're fair, you acknowledge, you would admit that that's an up for us.
Yeah. I think I could agree with you that our standard of living has improved. I think the issue I have now is, you see, because if you want to separate that from the spending power, I think that is the biggest problem I have, that a lot of us just does not have the spending power.
You're confusing me there, Fernando, because we are doing more spending. Apparently, we are doing more spending.
Right, but spending based on a loan rather than you actually spending that money that you have disposable income. So I think more person.
No. You're speaking to someone. I mean, this is something I taught for years. Okay.
No, I know. But I'm
Spending.
just trying to clarify.
You are whether it is a higher purchase loan or it's one of the quick loans which I don't approve, or many of the other things that I don't approve. But what you do is that you bring forward. In the past, when people would save, then you will have a situation of deferred spending. Now, what people want is the immediate spending. So what you do, you don't have the cash up front to do the immediate spending. But you take loans, take out a loan, some of them ill-advised. But what you do now is that you do your spending now on the consumer products, and you pay back on the loan. So it's not like you are walking into the store or you're walking into the furniture shop or somewhere and doing the spending. The spending has been done, but you are making the monthly payments. So it's a reallocated spending, but you're still doing the spending, whether it's a loan on the consumer product, you're still doing the spending, Fernando. What I'm saying is that people are spending. They have the products, they have the consumer products. And one of the indicators of rising standard of living is your access to and your accumulation of consumer products. And we have that. And sometimes I wonder when people talk about standard of living, if that's the discussion that they need to be having. Because the main indicators are not Vincentian indicators, but worldwide indices or metrics worldwide. I tell you what, listen, public, don't take it from me. Here's what you do. Go Google or any other of your search engines and see metrics to measure standard of living. Not in St. Vincent. All right, let's get out of St. Vincent because you may think politically motivated. Metrics to measure standard of living, or standard of living indices, or standard of living index. and you Google that, and you will see they'll give you a nice standardized list of metrics by which you can measure standard of living. And when you check off how St. Vincent is doing according to these generalized metrics for standard of living, you could come to a conclusion as to whether we are doing better or we are doing worse. And you come to your own conclusion. You come to a fair conclusion. Don't let anybody persuade you for political reasons or any other reason. You look at the metrics and you're like, okay, with respect to consumer goods, are we getting more or less? With respect to housing, are we doing better or poorer? With respect to health and access to health facilities, are we doing better or poorer? With respect to leisure, whatever you want to call it, leisure or leisure, which is one of the metrics by which you would measure standard of living. People partying, going out, going to a circus, going to the Grenadines, going to Easterval, going to a show out. People spend big money.
Yeah,
Ask
but
Rodney,
you,
ask Rodney. People spend money.
I think
What do they-
good. I think, Pastor, what I'm looking at, because one aspect of standard of living is that of wealth, the level of wealth. So I was trying to put that in a context, because even though you can get a loan, it doesn't really indicate that you are wealthy. You know what I'm saying? So it's as you said, it's like a deferred payment. So is it okay? Could you put that in the context? Yes, there are resources available, but in terms of the wealth gap, the spending power, I'm still looking at that, because
um
I'm just saying, because based on what you hear from what you would have observed as well, I know there are persons living comfortable, but in a lot of the areas, and it depends also on the area that you're in, the communities that you're in, you know, where I think.
Your
Mhm,
argument is that the fact that people have debt and
mhm,
rising debt does not mean there is an improvement in the standard of living. Now,
mhm,
when I teach personal finance, I used to anyway, I don't anymore.
mhm, mhm,
But
mhm.
I talk about the matter of debt, and there's and also on the national level, both on the individual level and on the
Right.
national level, there's a misconception that debt is bad. Now, frankly, I don't like debt. I like paying off my loans, whether it's credit card debt
Right.
or any kind of debt. I just don't like debt.
Me either.
But and that's an anomaly, and that seems counterintuitive to what I've thought about debt
Yes.
personally and privately. Sometimes debt has to be incurred, and sometimes debt has to be even encouraged. All
Yeah.
right, so don't think I'm being a hypocrite when I say this.
No,
On
yeah,
the national level, what I was teaching this on the national level, I would talk about the fact that debt is your pathway to growth,
yeah,
and therefore responsible debt, building debt responsibly, and a lot of investors and companies they
yes,
know this. As you build your capital base structure, you have to
yes,
incur debt. If you
yeah,
don't do that, then you have no platform to perform.
yeah,
So debt, for example, some people who want to hatchet the governments
mm,
across the world will look at national debt and
mm,
debt payment on an annual basis and lament as the size of the debt. I don't know if anybody realizes the size of the US national debt. Don't even
yes,
think about it. It's
huge, huge,
crazy. All right.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Debt often is the platform for growth. So
yes,
sometimes you bad name debt, whether on on the national level, you
yes,
know, you punch at it, not understanding what debt does for you,
yes,
or on the individual level, sometimes you hack it too much. Debt allows you to have a number of things on a platform if it is used responsibly, a number of things by which you can also improve your standard of living
yes,
in the short run.
yes,
So I don't look at the fact that you have less disposable income
okay,
as an indicator
mm-hmm.
that you have a lower standard of living. In fact, less disposable income might be affording you a much higher standard of living because
Mm-hmm.
you pay the mortgage, you pay the car loan,
Yeah,
you pay all of the thing, and you're
yeah,
paying it on debt, but you have a three-room house to live in, you have a comfortable vehicle to drive,
yes,
so you're not driving on the vans with those crazy kind of thing that's
yes,
going on. And
yes,
you can have payment of your medical bills and all of that.
yeah.
All of that because you have debt. You
Even
understand? So
yeah,
your debt
even
is more,
stuff, even,
in that case,
sorry,
your debt is more an indicator
of your
that you
standard of
have
living.
risen in your standard of living. So don't be telling me, okay, we have debt, so we don't have a better standard of living. Don't be telling me that, Fernando.
I'm not telling you directly, so but I'm saying we have to look at that as well. But I tell you, in terms of standard of living, as you indicated, from where I come from and what I saw, there has been progress there. Even for me as a youngster, when I did my little place and I wanted water, it wasn't it was there was provision in place for me to get the water connection much easier than in the past, you know. So whereby persons used to use outside toilet, and so now we have to use inside toilet, and it's easier for us to get the
Yeah.
water
How many
connection,
standpipes do we
you
have
know.
across St. Vincent and the Grenadines, for example?
I can't tell you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, the standpipe where you had to go with a bucket or a pot or something to
Yes.
collect water to carry home. I
Yes.
mean, oh, come on, man. I
Yeah.
know.
We,
Go
we
ahead,
used to, yeah,
Fernando.
we used to go to the standpipe and have to be jogging water left, right, and center. Now our kids don't really have to do that. I mean, it was part of the discipline, because I think some of them need that kind of discipline still, but overall, when you used to do that, go through that struggle, now it's easier. So you should be going to school earlier rather than later.
Kids
You
get
know?
up now at 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock. They get on their
Yeah.
cell phone. They don't have to get up.
Yeah.
I mean, standard of living. They live in the luxury life in the
Yeah.
average home. In the average home, every
Yes.
teenager has a phone.
Yeah.
Fernando, do you realize that?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, you
I
you get
understand
up
it's,
8 o'clock, 9 o'clock,
and
you
it's
check your gadget. You don't have to go tie out goat because your family needs that income. They need that
exactly.
meat to feed the family, or they need, you don't have to feed pig. Go and get pig
Yeah.
food because I mean, you're not buying these
Yes.
animal feed. You're going to what you call it? You're gonna go see if your neighbor has waste and refuse stuff that they want to
Yeah.
throw out. You
Yeah.
send the children, go down the road by Miss Maisie, go down the road by Miss whatever, and
Yes.
see if they have anything give us for the pigs, and you go down there. Children not doing that anymore. Children not going
Hmm.
down the road with a tree on their head selling this and selling that anymore. Come on, man. So you want to
We,
tell me that we have not
yeah.
improved standard of living?
Yeah, yeah, hold on again. Winston here said every country. Can't go with you now. Can't go. Listen, Winston said
Money
every country
Winston.
has debt, but as a country, you have to have you have to have measures in place that generates money to pay your debt. If you just beg and borrow and don't generate money, that's a recipe for disaster.
Let me tell you something. I was asked to do something for oh God, one of them secondary schools last week or week before. I was asked, what was it called? The fifth form students going off, and they want a little talk. And one of the things that I prepared to tell them is that, I mean, even like, okay, jobs. Nobody provided us a job. Nobody provided us a job. You realize how much money you can make working for yourself. Let me just say this, and then I will start wrapping up. I
Yeah.
mean, take mangoes, right?
Yes.
Mangoes are generally freely available in mango season. All right, there are some trees growing wild. There's some trees on property. You can make a deal with the owner of the property because they don't want mangoes falling off their trees, and they can't traffic all over mangoes enough to get them out. So they don't mind if you come and pick up all the mangoes or shake the tree and get all the mangoes and take a little piece. You could get 200-300 mangoes a day. All right.
Yes.
All right. Now let's do this. Let's do the math. Okay. How many mangoes in a bag? 5 mangoes in a bag for $5. So let us go low, and you only get 200 mangoes a day. All right. So we are talking about what? 40 bags of mangoes. All right, at $5.
Right.
That's $200 every day. If you do this day in, day out, including Sunday. All right.
Well, you have to look at mango season as well.
Yeah, but hold on, now, man. Let me finish, man. If you do this day in, day out, then
Yes.
another fruit will come. You could do it.
Right. Yes.
Okay,
Absolutely.
I'm dealing with mangoes now. You do this day in, day out. Day out. That's $1,400.
Yes.
All right. You give the owner $400 out of that for doing nothing, just for giving you access. All right.
Yes.
And you still have a cool $1,000 a week off
Absolutely.
mangoes. All right, $4,000 a month. You hardly gonna pay tax. People don't turn a tax return on mangoes. I promise you that. One guy told me he built his house off golden apples. No, I'm telling you, don't come with the job situation. This is job situation that you could make a serious income off mangoes, and then you turn to fruits. It's not a lot of bags you have to sell. When mango season is gone by September, it begins to trickle off. You get another fruit. You can make a serious income, and that is just that you see right there. That thing with mango, you could do this with a lot of different things, and
Right.
you could get serious income by if you're willing to vend. You put down something like vending, not realizing that thousands of dollars there for the vending. People are becoming more consumer oriented now. So they don't see you with their mangoes, pull down their vehicle, grab a mango and go. You can make a money. So I really think at the end of the day, although I didn't take a more studied approach to explaining why we have, when I say studied approach, in terms of going through the different metrics and the different indices to prove to you that we have a higher standard of living. I'm here in St. Vincent. Just the smell test. Just do the smell test. Boy, yeah, boy, things look real better in St. Vincent. But here's the problem.
Yes.
And maybe another program for this.
Yeah,
I think
would be.
the trouble is the nuance between standard of living and quality of life. And sometimes we conflate standard of living with quality of life.
Exactly.
And, we don't nuance it enough, and that may be where we are having this struggle. I'll talk about quality of life on a different day.
Before, I think the final one, my friend Bernadette said 30% on the poverty line, 60% of residual income comes from external sources, the basement dwellers. They are not making the money in Vinci. That's the final one.
I would love to buy that, except that the proliferation. Let's go back to the vehicles where it started. I mean, and I know there's issues with the distribution of income in St. Vincent, but you watch people who are now having cars. Frankly speaking, you cannot drive any. All of the two-way streets in St. Vincent and the Grenadines are becoming one-way streets. Frankly speaking, take a drive through Belmont, take a drive through Green Hill, take a drive through Sharps, Murray Village, French's. The average household, they're having cars. I don't have any way to park the cars. So the average people now in St. Vincent, now watch me. The average people, come on. So when I drive, and I mean, a road that should have been a two-way road that was built for the 1930s or 40s or 50s when you hardly had any vehicles. Now that our streets, our Vincentian streets, have become personalized parking at homes on the evenings when you get home. Drive up Green Hill, for example, cars right down. And so it's only one lane you could drive in. So I would like to think it's only the highty-tighty that have cars and have increase in income. Something is not adding up. Because you watch people with the cell phones, go down Market Square, go down Tokyo, watch who have cell phones and expensive cell phones. Somebody's getting the money from somewhere, and brother, that even if it comes in from overseas, it's still part of the. Again, this is not about government, whether it is government providing, because I don't think it is the responsibility of government to provide. Frankly speaking, I am just saying the money is coming; it is coming from somewhere, and the standard of living. I'm not saying, and someone to attribute, oh well, it's because of the government where standard of living is increasing. If you want to do that, that's your party. Go dance.
Well, listen, if I come back tomorrow, coming at you with this thing still, I don't know.
We are wrap up now, man. We got to wrap up now. There's too much to discuss in this matter.
There's a lot. But as usual, thanks for the contribution, man. Very good input as usual.
We just have to think it through. If you think that standard of living is increasing, it is. I mean, back up your point. If you think it is not,
exactly.
Back up your point.
I have to sit down and wrap my head around it together.
And at the end of the day, we have to still talk about quality of life, which we ain't talk about yet. But the car boat is out of sight now, so I might as well wrap up the discussion.
Exactly. Well, Winston, I see you want to challenge Pastor, but get your stuff tomorrow. We on to him tomorrow.
Oh, Lord.
Pastor, thank you very much, as usual, man.
A blessed day, everyone. Take care, man.
All right. Yes, folks. Man, we're out of time. Good contribution as usual from Pastor. And he gives things, different perspective as usual. You know how to spin his thing, his voice in these things. You know how to manage. Yeah, have a good response. Cleverine, good morning. Cleverine say good morning. Happy Easter to my brothers and sisters on my favorite radio station. Thank you very much, Cleverine, and you're one of our favorite. And Winston said, I get that's the impression you're giving, Doc. And then George said, Pastor, you see people with things, but you don't know the sacrifice. Okay, so George, tomorrow we're going to engage Pastor Sam on the topic. Okay, guys? But for now, on behalf of me and Millennium Kid, thank you guys for locking it down with us. We have Jill coming up next. Until we meet again, one love, peace, and I'm out, yeah?
106.9.
chill.